Okay, it says we're live right now. Sammy, go, dude. Announce, guys, yeah, hello. Welcome. If you're a reviewer, you're a legend. Now, Sammy, your community is waiting. Talk to your community right now.
What's going on, guys? Thank you for waiting for us here. We were upgrading things. Yeah, we got Max on stream today, and we are going to be giving you guys some live analysis on the markets. But as usual, I need an audio and visual check, so just drop it in the comments if you can hear everything okay, and if you can see everything okay. Yeah, we've got. Let me just blow up the chart. I want to run you guys through what I'm seeing very quickly, and then we'll open it up. Bitcoin has now broken down. We are now below that $24,000 range and potentially looking to find support at some slightly lower levels. There are a lot of lines that the people are drawing around the space, and one of the lines that I want to focus on today is this one right here, which is yet another rising wedge, potentially indicating that we were slowly grinding upwards, and we've now broken down, potentially getting ready for quite a sizable breakout a little bit lower. And yeah, because we got Max on the stream, we're going to be talking about this.
Yes,
I'm going to keep this super short though. So how you doing, Max?
Yeah, no, I'm good. And also, like, this has been streamed dual. So we're on my channel and your channel. This is a dual stream, guys. We're going to do like a fireside chat on the charts. I'm going to go through all my analysis. We'll go through your analysis as well, Sammy lol, because you are loyal to the charts, and so the fuck am I, but it's not in my name. So we're going to do lots of stuff today, guys. And just welcome, guys. Hit the like button when you come in, etc. Me and Sammy are going to probably do like an hour here. So we're going to do some deep dive stuff. I'm going to go through the long term, medium term, short term. And then me and Sammy will just kind of bounce off each other about what we think, because we've been both trading for a long time. I've been trading for the best part of a decade now. We have products in crypto and in trading, and we want to give you the best analysis, really, don't we? So let me share my screen as well. Mine's a slightly different way of looking at it, so I think this is going to work, right? Can you see my screen, legends? Is that all good?
We see it.
We can see it. So I'll just quickly start with the short term, like you just did, Sammy, and go through what I'm thinking. You know, I've taken a short on my channel, right over on my side. I actually did take a short from this prior deviation of the high. Okay, these are always messed around with. Okay, the market is too long, right? Let me just go over to my dashboard. The market right now is very long. So the long to short ratio on mdxalgo.com, you can see there's a lot of longs on Binance. I actually did take a short, guys, on this deviation play. We actually have a few counts of bearish divergences playing out as well, which I have on this indicator. And you can see that consistently the market is making higher lows all the way up. We do have a break of this trend line as well. But I just want to go, okay, there's two ways to look at this. You can analyze this chart as much as you want, but I want to tell you why I took a trade here. I'm on the 4 hour right now. I'll go on the hourly to make it a little bit clearer. You can see, guys, this is actually 4 attempts at breaking the previous high. Okay, this is actually like, and you can even actually say it's kind of the next logical resistance. It's a KSR level, right? It's failed 4 times, guys, to get above this. And when we saw this big exacerbated move to the upside, you know, this is just basically fuckery, legends. This is actually like, okay, look, I'm not going to go into exactly what it is because it's not quantifiable to know exactly. But the idea of this, guys, this is just messing around, pushing up into a liquidity pocket for then to just flip back around. So I actually did take a short. You can go on my Twitter. You can see I actually shorted from exactly here when we came back down and got that big whip from this bearish divergence plays we have. We actually have relative strength, stochastic RSI, and money flow index, and the previous one as well. So I am short on this market right now because of the deviation play, and I like playing these because it kind of excites me because everyone's longing, right? I actually look at what the Chicago Mercantile Exchange are doing as well. They're institutional grade traders on the CME. I'll load this up real quick for you, legends, because it's actually quite interesting. I do talk about this on my channel as well. The dealers. So these guys work at the CME. They're still net massively short. Actually, the most shorts they've ever had, except for 2 weeks ago. So, you know, you've got retail long in the market like crazy. You've got institutional grade traders shorting the market like crazy. Big divergence there. This is a perfect opportunity for big players to exacerbate people, push people into the wrong side of the trade. The market will make the fall out the most people. So I did take a short here, guys. And now I'm in that trade where I'm coming down to this trend line. I said yesterday on my stream, I must have whizzed through this a little bit more, Sammy. I said yesterday on my stream, I do think we're going to get a little bit of a pop off trend and actually come and make a lower high. And then we're going to see us come down to $23,000, guys. That's exactly what we actually did. We got some bullish divergences play out. We came off trend, bounced up, lower high. Now what we're looking for is, are we going to get a descending formation off the bounce of 23? We've got a little bit here in this zone. I think if we get that, net a low high, guys, I think we break 23. We go 21.7. And actually, it looks pretty dire because this trend line here is important. It is significant. If we lose that, we lose this region. You got 21,700. Then you flip out to our upward sloping channel. I've been tracking this for a while. And this actually would result in, confirming a bear flag. This is just a bear flag. You have the pole coming in. It's an upward sloping channel. If you break down here, get resistance on it, guys, we're going to the lows. And then all of these guys who are long are going to get wiped out. That's going to create a lot of forced selling, and the market's going to flush. Just like it did flush here, just like it flushed here. If you actually just want to zoom out and look at these very clearly, these are literally just, these are just bear flags playing out. They're just channels, upward sloping channels. You come into them bearish, the probabilities, you're more likely to come out of them bearish. As simple as that. And you can see on the 4-hour time frame here, we have multiple counts of bearish divergence all in this region where we couldn't get above this prior high. So it's pretty logical for me. That's why I took the short. I don't usually short that much, actually. I'm not really a short trader. I actually like to get into long plays on assets or commodities or indices. But yeah, I think our charts are quite similar, Sam. We have this channel. I have my indicators as well, guys. These are the MDX indicators. I do use these as well. These kind of give you a more in-depth analysis on kind of momentum charts. But I would say this is the channel we're looking at. We're in the middle of the channel. And yeah, I think that the first crack has shown itself. Okay, the first crack. If tomorrow,
intense, bro.
Yeah. I would say if tomorrow, if we get a wick back into this trend and we retest the highs again, so we get something like this, we break out back in here, we retest the highs again, hold, then I think we're coming up to around that 26K region, and we're going to get through this. Because, we've been knocking on the door at this resistance for a long time now. Eventually, we're going to get through that order block. There's not going to be an infinite amount of sellers. So this will be the bullish scenario, keeping that higher low structure. But as of right now, guys, like I said yesterday, I think we're going to go down to 23K. Now we get the rally, the retest. If we get the lower high, then we're coming back down, guys, to retest this as support, which was prior resistance, a key SR level. If we break that, 21,700. And then it goes on to this trend line here, which you were talking about, Sammy. I think this channel turns into a bear flag, legends. And
yeah, so I'm not very concerned about losing that line that you've just drawn, because let me steal the show here.
Yeah, go. Do your thing.
How do I okay?
You got to steal the show off me, bro. I can go for hours.
I know, mate. I know. We're good though.
No to mouth.
Can we see this? Are we good? All right. Yes,
yeah,
we are. All right. So, there's this one line right here that I mentioned that I haven't actually shown my viewers this, but it was in the Telegram channel. You guys already know the deal. First link in the description. This is the line that everyone's getting worried about. But the thing that I want to focus on, again, I've been saying this pretty much, guys, since we entered up over here and everyone was losing their shit on drops like this and drops like this. The key thing I kept on coming back to is quite simply saying, look, we've got this beautiful box of support. We managed to come above it, so we are using it as support. We have been using it as support. We potentially still will. I actually need to extend this now. And just to remind you guys, this is the same line. I'm sorry, this is the same box that we were using as resistance when Bitcoin initially, for the first time ever, broke above $20,000. This was the breakout above 20 right here. We consolidated just under 24, between 22 and 24. We consolidated for 7 days, and then we popped up. So obviously quite a significant price level, and we have been able to use this as support. So we haven't lost it yet. What I like to do, obviously, is looking at things like the fear and greed index. We ended up pumping up a little bit on this index up to just neutral territory, 47. Now back down a little bit with Max's software here. With the this is actually interesting today. I want to talk to you about this a little bit later. Binance swinging way too far long. But the other two not so much. So obviously there's some longs that need to get flushed out here. But bottom line, we've still got support here, and we've also got, you guys know the deal. I love my Ichimoku clouds. We've still got this beautiful 4-hour Ichimoku cloud. Probably got some EMA support right here. Yeah, a little bit of EMA support, but the spread there's not much spread right now, so it's not ideal. And actually there's not a lot of space left to drop from what I'm seeing. Like if we take this 4-hour Ichimoku cloud, we're basically, we got until 22.8, and then I'm also, just like Max said, I'm seeing another potential $1,000 drop down to 21.7, somewhere around here, and you can just see where we've had.
That's the first resistance from this whole entire upward sloping channel, and I think it's important.
Right. Yeah. This was quite significant, and actually we only got one support flip right here. This was a very meager attempt right here as well. Kind of collapsed through it. Yeah. So I'm not too confident in this line. But it is still support, and bottom line, I think if we obviously we had a lot of mania right here. I mean, Ethereum was starting to pump up and everyone went absolutely crazy with Ethereum. You pointed out this beautiful 618 retracement right here, where we ended up, pretty much within an error of 1%.
This is ETH, right? Yeah.
This is Ethereum. If I zoom out, you can see what this is exactly the fib you told me about. I just drew it on my own chart, from the 300 level all the way up to 5,000. So it's looking hot. It's looking hot. But guys, there's something that's not looking hot here. We need to pump up these likes. We need to pump up these likes. We've got something coming for you guys. I don't want to tease it yet. I'll leave it to Max, but there is something very cool coming for you guys in this live stream.
Right, guys, we're doing a massive giveaway. We're doing a big giveaway. I'm going to give away my software MDX Algo to someone for free. I'm also going to throw in $100 into that. Sammy, you going to give anything away?
I'm matching that $100 and my Trade Insane package, key psychology lessons that I've learned as a trader throughout the years being in this market.
Value, brother.
And all you got to do is pump up the likes. But Max, what's our target? What's our combined like
we need to get 1,000 likes. So we've got 620 people watching through both of our channels right now. We need to get to 1,000 likes, okay, in this stream, and then we will give away, one person will win it. Luckily, one lucky winner, okay, and we'll give it away by doing a competition in the live chat. So we'll just say pick a number.
I say we should do 2.
Okay,
one from each channel.
One from each channel. Perfect. Yeah, good idea. So I'll do my MDX Algo and $100. You do your giveaway for your course and your $100, and we'll do 2. Everyone has to hit the freaking like button though, guys. The more likes we get, the more people come into this community and cryptocurrency in general. Remember, guys, like the more people who see videos like this, the more people who will generally get into trading of crypto, which will increase the liquidity packet, which means there's more traders coming in, which means there's more competition, so we can all fucking have a good time. Let's do this.
Not only that, but you get 2 beautiful British guys coming on stream as expats and delivering analysis together. So if you guys want to see more of that, we need to see that you like it. And guess what? There's a beautifully efficient way of showing us that you like these videos. Also, make sure you're subscribed. You're ticking the bell for both of our channels. We're putting out very time-sensitive content in this market. So if you're not getting notified and then you watch these videos like 12 hours later, you're not in a good position. So just keep an eye out for that. I just want to bring us back to the analysis because you brought up so many good points here. The key thing that I was talking about just at the beginning here. Can we see my chart? No, we can't.
Not just yet.
The key thing that I was talking about here was this new line that I wanted to draw your attention to, but you actually have it on your existing chart, Max. There's another line which I think is quite significant, and it is this one right here. This is the first line that everybody actually drew, showing us our rising wedge. So we haven't lost this line yet. You know, I don't like the practice of drawing new lines to fit, new theories, so to speak. I like to stick to the analysis that I did from the beginning. And so this does show me that, there's a little bit of confluence here. If I extend this box out a little bit, this does line up going towards, basically just the next 2 days is when we might be hitting this area and then potentially bouncing up a little bit. So that is something that I'm going to be keeping an eye on, as support. Again, if we start dropping down to these kind of levels and people become extremely depressed again, which is what tends to happen, we're just rubber banding guys with sentiment. 42 down to 31 in 1 day, back up to 41. This is extreme, just whiplash of emotions that I've been talking about. Thank you for smashing up the likes, guys. I see that we're up to 160.
I can't see any of the analytics, guys. I'm completely in the dark right now. All I can see is StreamYard live viewers, and that's all I can see.
Well, it's going up. So if the views are going up, it means people are hitting like because YouTube's pushing it out to more people. So that's off to a good start. But yeah, so this area of support is still something that I'm looking at. Yes, we did lose the other one. It's not a good sign. But guys, if this was going to be an easy ride, if we were going to just kind of pump above $24,000 without much of a fight, then I would actually fear that we might just kind of end up deviating above and coming right back down, which is what you were saying, Max, is going up to like 28,000 and then down to 14. I think something like that is far more likely if we're not getting slapped. And this, but almost by taking a little bit of a detour, a scenic route, so to speak, before coming back up, I think that can help the market flush out the toxins that still exist, again, like these longs and so on.
Well, we got to be really frank with it. At the end of the day, retail are going long and institutions are going short. And I'm not talking like money management firms or hedge funds or family offices. I'm talking like institutional grade traders who are working at the CME. So these are the real guys. Like hedge funds and shit always get it wrong. They always fuck up. Like they're not the guys to look at. They're the asset manager. So I'll quickly show you actually on this. Let me quickly add to stream. You probably see my screen. So you can actually look here, guys. The asset managers are individuals and entities which use Chicago Mercantile Exchange, the CME. These guys have been long all the way since, go a year chart. These guys have been long since October 21. So these guys have just been going through the whole market, just in the dark, hodling for dear life. They just hodled the whole way through this bear market. You can see that the real dealers, they had, these guys are the real deal. They actually took shorts and they actually put exposure on the books. You can see the longs, the shorts are way out in front of the longs. The exposure is short, and these guys have been taking the opposite trades of the majority. And you can see if you backtest this, guys, they win about 4 out of 5 trades, and they win the ones where they win big. So these guys are still shorting the market massively. The one thing we can take for this, which I do think is positive for Bitcoin, is that they have tapered off. You know, they're beginning to scale out of their short position and their shorts. And actually, they did lose a little bit of confidence. Sorry, I'm getting a lot of noise from MDX Algo. It's probably a lot of buys coming in. Let me just quickly turn that sound off. So, you know, what is good? It's a good sign that they're taking off shorts because it means they're less confident that it's going to go down. But, you know, because, you know, these guys are always in a position. They're never net neutral. They're going to be long and then short, and they're flushing in and out of their positions. So, and they use spread as well and options. So these guys is a good sign they're coming down, but it doesn't mean we're out the woods yet. Asset managers is holding. I want to see asset managers short. I want to see these guys at the wrong side of the boat. I want to see them fucking capitulate and start shorting. They'll probably just hodl on for dear life until the end. But yeah, that's what I'm thinking on about the institutions. And then we have the retail traders like Binance are still long. So that's why I was calling for this move to wreck everyone. That's why I took a short. I put my money where my mouth is. You can go on Twitter and see my position. I took a short literally here to play this deviation because I couldn't fucking help myself. The whole world's going long, getting bullish, and you know, this is an ascending formation, which are generally bullish as well. We actually technically got a breakout to the upside, but it's too tempting for me to go the opposite way from the majority on this one. And now we have to take into account, are we going to start breaking down slower, other support regions? But I think, Sammy, what you mentioned actually about this level here, I think it's very important. I think this level here is very important as well. If we do, I think we get, if you're going to trade this on scalp, I do think we get a bounce off this region now. Let me come up a little bit, potentially then get resistance on this trend line. And if we do get resistance there, you're just continuing a lower high. And then I think we go 21,700. And then if we break 21.7, I think we go to 20. And I think actually it's going to be a pretty fast move down to the lows and just be something very similar to this flush out.
And actually, just on the sticking to the short term, if you can just zoom back in, you'll see that we've now punched in a lower low. Unfortunately, that was just the low of like I think yesterday or something. This is something that I was watching out on the. Let me show this real quick because I can't do this from your screen. It's this low right here I was talking to you guys about on the channel. This was the low that we set right before that big swing up, the highest swing that we got up to 25.2. I was saying to you guys, if we lose this, which you know it did act as support for a minute, you know, if we lose it, well, literally not a minute, that was a figure of speech, but yeah, some hours. You know, we've now lost this, and this does put us literally in a short-term downtrend. There's no denying this anymore. You know, so I mean, this is a little bit of a I'm being perhaps a little bit too harsh by saying that this is a low, but I think it's completely fair for a more short-term trend to say that this is the low that I don't want to see us swinging below. It's basically the bottom of our existing support level. So again, I'm not worried. You know, I definitely don't think that we're showing good signs, but you know, at the end of the day, we're at a support level. So you know, I don't like to get
I think there's a buy. I think if you're going to be real rational with this, there's a buy here in this zone in terms of a trade. And then obviously you're just going to set your stop loss below the resistance or the support region. But then I'd say your take profit would just be at prior next resistance. So just start scaling out around here. It's like if this does get a bounce, which I would take a trade on this, we'll probably do something like this into there and then back down. And if it makes a higher low here, then you can say, okay, are we going to go back into this? If it comes down and then continues lower like this, then you know actually seeing resistance on the prior support level or resistance level depending on the SR. It's a key SR level, so.
I really like the theory here. I'd like you to explain why, if it punches in a higher low, it would be a bullish thing for the market short term.
So short term, right? If we do this, right, we come into this here and we get. I anticipate us getting some sort of short term move to the upside here. This is a prior support region. It's a key SR level. It's got a lot of volume in there. We'll probably get some sort of fluffy kind of rally off it in the short term. If we move up like this, you could see it coming into around this region here. We have a long-term trend line coming here as well. And then this prior resistance, this actually is the micro high of this whole consolidation. You can see it's a beautiful SR level. I'd actually say it's really nice in here to get something on the other way because you're coming into it as resistance. But if you came back down, then you found support at a higher price than the prior low, Then what you're doing on the micro time frames is you're just basically beginning to shift the trend, because what you're seeing is you're seeing the buyers are prepared to buy at a higher price than the previous low. So then you're seeing that this, a lot of the time it looks like a reverse head and shoulders. That's just what I'm saying. You have a low, you have a lower low, then you have a higher low. What you're just seeing is you're just seeing the market just slowly curve round. That's all it is, a Wanger formation. So that would
it tells me that bulls are willing to pay a slightly higher price to get in the market,
exactly,
and that bears are perhaps a little bit scared to sell at levels that now seem too low.
Of course, and that's all we're looking for. We're just looking for, is the general momentum changing to be a swing guy? If you're a swing trader, you can do it on any time frame, but you're looking for that swing to change. And then if you imagine this, right? You get some sort of support here, you come back up, then you come back up to the resistance level again, the same resistance, right? And then you see the market begin to come back down again, and then then you see the market come back down again and actually get a higher low again. Guess what you're creating? You're creating an ascending triangle, and then this actually is a very good sign. And then what you usually get is that, and then that. Okay, because that's
an ascending triangle. That would be that's a very easy way to visualize how that momentum is trying to push us up. The ceiling stays the same, but our floor keeps getting pushed up. The baseline is moving up.
You're explaining it perfectly. But all you're doing is you're seeing that the sellers are staying at the same point and they're resilient with their sell wall, and the buyers are just prepared to come closer and closer and closer. And guess what? The equilibrium, we never actually get there because you usually get a break first. But the equilibrium is when all these guys are selling. The army of buyers are just marching into the wall. The wall can only take as much. It's like hitting a fucking hammer. You're like banging it on the wall. You're like, doof, doof. If you hit any wall, okay, if it's made of titanium, maybe you're going to be fucked over. That's like the super whales. But if you hit a wall enough times with a hammer, you're going to go through it. It's as simple as that. So that's exactly the same as the analogy for support and resistance. And that's just one idea. That's one idea. I would just say there's probably a bounce trade here. That was where my hunch would be on the short term. And right as of now, my hunch would probably be that we're probably not going to break these highs anytime soon. Looking at long to short ratio, I think actually we probably do come a little bit lower on that short to medium term. But we just have to take this day by day, hour by hour, and just trade it the way we look at it. And I am short from here. You guys already know that from my Twitter. Here we literally go.
I was hoping that the market would be able to keep moving up, but looking at how people have very quickly become bullish again, that was a big warning flag to me that we're perhaps a little bit premature for it. That it's not. This is basically if we zoom out. Oh, I'm looking at my chart and not showing it to you. If we zoom out, this is the first rally that we've seen pretty much since the big crash happened. And it might not be this one. I think something that a lot of people are not prepared to accept is that we could end up doing something a little bit like this. And this could be anything. I'm just giving you guys an example of what's possible. This has happened before many times. And it puts us in a disgusting range that could take us to the end of the year. As a trader, it's really good. Of course, there's a lot of volatility that would bring, and it's quite a predictable range.
Let me show you my dailies as well, bro, because let me whip out my Fibonacci's. So this is very, very crucial in my opinion as well. Let's just flip out to that medium term. I think about 2 months ago, Sammy, I said to you, I don't think Bitcoin's going to get any above $28,000 for 3 to 6 months. I think we're perfectly on track for that target, 3 to 6 months. We're in 2 months right now. We've had a slight, I would say it's kind of a bullish, limpy type of rally out of this. On this chart, you can even see, I actually have an indicator on with the bullish and bearish divergences. This is actually the MDX indicators, but you can just see quite clearly, but there's a lot of bearish divergences playing out just up in this prior resistance zone we just got here. That's why I've taken a short, just to hedge against it, okay? But, the fibs are coming in beautifully here. These two Fibonacci levels are drawn from the macro picture. So you go from Corona City dump, which is obviously the macro lows. Then you go from the local medium-term lows, okay? Before it was the first swing higher, back down support. That is the beginning of this whole thing. That was the first crash. That's the first big swing. So those two Fibonacci's come to this prior area here. And this is fucking these are drawn from months, nearly a year ago, legends. And you can see how beautifully it's managed to carve out this market. Support, a little bit into this breakdown, see there's resistance, you go through it. It's absolutely gorgeous. So I'd say that this 𝗙𝗙𝗏 level from the Fibonacci's think it's unlikely we get above this anytime soon. I think if we, okay, I'll tell you what, I'll just say it right now. My hunch is this: we either go to 28 now and then 14, or we go to 14 now then 28. And the reason I'm saying that is because I can see Max Payne there. Fibonacci 786 actually got tagged to the dime. Bitcoin doesn't usually do 786 retracements, actually, historically speaking. I actually look at altcoins for 786 retracements, but the 618 is usually where Bitcoin holds. I'd say all of this is because of a few other fluffy kind of narratives like, Celsius, Voyager, Luna, just really enforcing that bear mentality, especially on institutions. It's a good thing long term. But I would say this, look, I don't think we get above 28. So either we go like this down here again, and then we funny around and we go up here, then we actually bat with it, or we kind of get that flush out again. I think the analogy is this. Let me just whip out for a second for you, Legionde. Let me show you on the logarithmic chart, because you can probably see this quite clearly. Everyone thought we were out of the woods. And I remember trading this, guys. I got into Bitcoin at $600. Everyone thought we were out of the woods after this capitulation. Okay. When we rallied out of this, everyone was like, we've done it. And this is the 3 to 6 month bullshit.
That's it.
Yeah. This actually took a year. But we came out of it. Everyone's like, yeah, hey, presto. Oh, have another go. Bang. That motherfucking shit. That is what really hurt a lot of the people. A very similar COVID crash type of dump. All the liquidity and all the books and all the exchanges was gone. Guess what? There were no sellers left. It was dead. And then bang, we got the impulse. So I think there could be a scenario like this, and that would create max pain. And we've already seen a lot of pain. Like Do Kwon ain't happy. So there's I think there can be a little bit more, guys. But I'm not saying as of right now it has to happen, because rationally I look at the market on a lower time frame than that. But
I think macro, one of the big things that I would like to see is, when we get these rallies and people just don't believe in them. But all it took was, Ethereum pumping above like $2,000, just a little bit higher than $2,000, and everyone in their NAN were calling for all-time highs and stuff like that, or just ridiculously high price levels. That's not what I would expect from a rally that's going to actually take us anywhere significant. In fact, to me, if I were to write this down in a textbook and think that this happened in 1990, which is to say a very long time ago, so it's easy to detach myself emotionally from the market, and I saw that there is this characteristic of the market that we're pumping up, we've crashed down 75%, we're moving up like 30% or whatever, and now people are really, really bullish again. People are piling up long positions. Like that's just not symbolic to me of a rally that's actually going to stick.
It's not. I completely agree. Like, look at this thing. Like, let me get
a protein bar.
Yeah, no worries. Like, look at this thing. It's just a continuation, legends. Break a trend. We're just completely carving it down. And this is not to say that I don't think Bitcoin is an incredible time to buy right now long term. So like, we're talking about medium to short term stuff here, right? But in the long term picture, what my main resource is the CBBI. This is actually 11 indicators in one index. Historically, it's very, very good. And it's at 12 on the CBBI. Just to give you an example of what this means long-term, it's a long-term narrative, a long-term index to give you an idea of generally where the bottom or the top is. And I would say right now, guys, that long-term, it's a very, very good time to be buying Bitcoin. Anything below 10 is super accumulation for me. Anything above 10 is super, super sell, get out of the market. And I looked at this, and we never got above 10. We never got above 10 on this bull market high.
Do you mean above 80?
Oh, sorry. Yeah, sorry. Above 80 on the CBBI confidence. So let me get this straight. If we're above 90 on the CBBI confidence, right, that's when you're like, Uber, let's get out. If you're below 10 on the CBBI confidence, then you're Uber, let's get in. And we never actually got to the highs here. So it kind of creates this idea in my mind where it's like, the market in general, the Bitcoin is getting a little bit more vanilla. It's getting squeezed down. It's not exacerbly high and exacerbatedly low. And also it does make me think that the next bull market is going to be really crazy for Bitcoin in the long term, because we never really got to that crazy euphoria on the last rally. And I think the next one will get us there when everyone just floods back in, especially the institutional players, and when people fucking make a little bit more money, because everyone lost $70 billion on Luna and the rest. So the market's coming back long term, so I'd say right now is a great time to buy Bitcoin long term, guys. It's a fucking great opportunity to get in.
It's a great opportunity, guys. I want to remind you guys about this giveaway as well. This is a great opportunity for you guys to get some really, really good value. Max has given away access to. Can you just remind me $100 and
Yeah, so I'm giving away MDX Algo, which is, I'll quickly show you what it looks like. Ledger on days, add the stream. So I'll give away my indicator sweep. We basically have a whole load of different like freaking things you can get, guys, in terms of automated trading bot. We have indicators. You get the whole thing for free. So you get MDX.
I use this as well, so this is good. This gets the 4Flies approval.
Yes, brother. Let's do this, man. So I'll give away that for free at $100. All you got to do is like this video right now. Just like the stream, $100 and MDX Algo. I'm going to do my giveaway probably in the next few minutes. Like, how long have we been going for now? 30 minutes.
Probably half an hour, yeah. Guys, I'm matching Max. I'm doing the $100, but I've got this beautiful, amazing product. I give it to VIPs all for free, and it is an ebook, audiobook, video course that I've made on the key psychological lessons I've learned as a trader. In my opinion, learning the alphabet of trading, the ABCs, the technical analysis, the chart patterns, super easy, super straightforward. If you still don't know it, just pick up a book. I've linked them in the description, the books that I like. Or of course, I've got my course on that, but you don't need that. But the real battle is always what goes on in here. So that product is all about psychology, and you are going to get it for free in this giveaway. All we need to do is smash up those likes to 1,000 total. We got 400 viewers on my stream. Roughly the same for Max as well.
Yeah, 400, yeah.
So we're close.
We mashed that like button, and I think we rolled it back a little bit in terms of the speed of this because we've been battering at the charts real quick, and we could just talk about some like more slow kind of topics, bro. Like just like the market in general has been flat. Like we've looked at probably around 50% gain from 17 to we nearly hit 30K, so it's almost 50 in the last month. Okay, so there hasn't been exactly that much crazy stuff in Bitcoin. Bitcoin's like been pretty mental in its fucking history. I always say this, like, and this is something I've said to you before, Sammy. Crypto, like Bitcoin, especially in crypto, is so generous. It's the most generous market in the world because you can miss moves and you're going to get them again. You're going to get these moves again because it's so volatile, right? So it can literally down to 90%. Like if you miss a big rally in gold, it can take you 7 years to come back to your entry or longer, especially equity markets as well. It can take 10 years to come back. Bitcoin basically gives you the opportunity to be able to, it does the same cycles as traditional markets, obviously, but it just gives you the opportunity to get back in at a much lower time frame. Over a couple of years, you're probably going to get that entry again. So like the market in general has been quite slow right now, but I don't think it's going to be slow forever. We're going to get these big volatile moves to the upside again. You're going to get those opportunities to get shorts, longs, whatever. And we can buy the price of Bitcoin. 17K was traded. The last time 17K was traded was 4 years ago. You could have bought Bitcoin 4 years ago at the price. What other market can you do?
Breakout point, end of 2020. That was the last time.
So yeah, it broke out at 20K. That was the 1st of January 2020. And then
we didn't hang around that much.
Yeah, we didn't hang around. Went very quick. And then I'd say 14K is like buying Bitcoin on the high, that wick we get. So it's like buying Bitcoin from around 3 or 4 years ago, 2019.
That was a 2019 high. That was when we rallied from 3.1 up to 14 in one leg. That was fun. That was fun. And exactly like Max said, I mean, the market's been a little bit dead. But it doesn't stay this way. It's always usually, I mean, the characteristic of this market quite clearly, I think, if you zoom out, is absolute shit, nothing really happening, and then a big drop or potentially, hopefully, a big pump as well, and then absolute shit for a while. So, what's really important is that you are paying attention to the market while it's shit, so that you can profit from the move when it finally comes. Because these moves, yes, they take a while to come around, but they're really big. These are like 30% swings. They're absolutely
have
no
a look
joke.
at this today. Like, let's go to the chart a second. Let me quickly show you.
If you're able to pull a 30% swing and leverage it up a little bit, like even 3x, that's doubling your money. So these can be very, very powerful if you stay paying attention.
So this is we're looking at 7%. I actually took 50% of my short off from this level here when we rallied back up from these bullish divergence calls. That I actually got that support level from my indicator suite. So I actually have multiple ways I look at SR. So I have 2 different variants of how I would look at it. And, one side is, open and closes, and then the other side is volume profile. So it's 2 ways to determine SR. And we use a slightly different way to determine that on our indicators. But you can see here, we actually came to a support region. And we actually support SR level. We actually did get a nice bounce off it with stochastic RSI and a whole load of bullish divergences. So you can see here, if you just hover over it, it will just tell you what the divergences are, the bullish divergences. So I took my profit from that short, but, at 50% off. But it's still on, guys. And I've made 7% in fucking a day. Like, it's insanely generous, this market, what it can give you every day. And people get so scared. They're like, oh, no, but I missed the move. It's never going to come back, guys. You're trading fucking crypto. It's going to come back. You're going to get the opportunity again. It's not oil. It's not fucking goddamn corn and iron. It doesn't rally for decades and then come back in 60 years when you're old and gray and fucked. Bitcoin's coming back. It's young and it's spicy, man. It's a spring chicken. It's jumping all around the gaff.
Do people actually think that we're never going to get nice volatility again? I want to know in the comments. Do you guys, can you let me know in the comments if you think that Bitcoin, because I haven't heard this sentiment much. I mean, maybe it's out there, but maybe
I'm describing it wrong. What I mean is this. I mean, people get into the position where they feel like the market, when it's running, is going to run forever. And it's never going to come back for them to buy again. Because everyone's a perma bull, right, in crypto. So, like, what I'm trying to say is that I'm not saying volatility is going to go away anytime soon. I think volatility is around for a while. And I think it will obviously dampen over the long term. But I'm saying, like, in crypto, people are like, when they miss a pump, they try and chase it. And then they're like, oh my God, it's done now. You know, this news article I read has meant that Ethereum is now going to be the biggest fucking deal ever. And I'm going to buy Ethereum all the way up till the 15th of September. And I'm going to not buy the rumor. I'm going to sell in. I'm not going to sell the news. I'm going to buy the news and get wrecked. So I'm saying that people, they feel like the market's never going to come back. And in some markets, that's the truth. You do miss an entry and the market doesn't come back for a long, long time. But we have obviously Bitcoin and crypto in general so generous that the market gives you another opportunity so much more plentifully than some other markets you could trade, like especially indice markets or commodity markets. You know, you can miss an entry and it can run for a long, long time, decades even sometimes. So, you know, we're so lucky that we trade Ethereum and crypto and Bitcoin because, you know, this is probably going to come down here again at some point. You know, we're probably going to get a higher low on Ethereum. My narrative on this is that we probably pump all the way up until the announcement happens and then we dump on the announcement. And it's just very simple psychology. Why would you sell Ethereum now when there's a big announcement coming? You're just going to hold on to it until the announcement happens. Then the media get hold of it. Everyone starts buying into this narrative of, oh my God, ETH is going to be so much better when it has a new announcement for the merger. And then what happens is on the day, nothing happens. All of the people who bought in anticipation say, you know what? Nothing happened. I'm going to take profit. And the people who were going to sell anyway before fucking sell. So then you have, it's a buy the rumor, sell the news.
I'm curious. I can't think of a single instance where there's been a news event like this and the market actually pumped when it happened. Like it's always before. And obviously it makes complete sense when you think about it because people are buying in anticipation of it. And then the reason to buy is removed from the market when the event actually happens. But has it ever happened where it actually continues going up afterwards? I've seen
markets in general continue if the news is very, very more bigger than what people expected. Like I say, like a growth report or annual returns or something like that. I've seen that happen.
But that's not crypto.
Shit. Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. I'm saying in other markets I've seen it. I'm not saying in crypto. But the problem is with you know, that the idea of the news event being the determining factor is wrong in itself because there is no quantifiable analysis which could ever say a news or event in any scenario can have a positive or negative effect anyway, because someone might take that negatively. It's all subjective, a news event or something like that, because it's not quantifiable on your chart because someone might take it bad and someone might take it good. That will correlate to a red or green button. So there's no point even trying to trade it. So the whole premise of it is broken anyway. And then you realize, okay, people are like, okay, there's an event coming up. I'm going to buy because it's coming up. Everyone who was going to sell don't sell. So the sell pressure goes to zero and the buyers come in and then the sell pressure just comes off the books because everyone's waiting for that thing to happen. And then when it happens, nothing happens because it's moved already. The market dynamic is always moving. So like, and then they have fear and greed and then market other emotions come into it. So you never see it. It can't be that simple, legends. It's a zero-sum game. It's a green or red button. It's not like, oh, we now all know when to buy exactly, press green. Well, where's the slippage? Where are you going to get in? So yeah, I brought this CRO chart up because this is a perfect example of that. I think it was CRO I think it was something to do with a big breakthrough in the US economy or something. And it was like, oh yeah, CRO, we've got now the credit cards are now fucking, I don't know what it was. It literally just went back down. As soon as the event actually happened, it was just like, see you later. Everyone got wrecked. They were like, yes, I'm buying. This is a good example. There's a ton of them on there. Engine Coin partnered up with Samsung that went to the moon and into zero. So it's just like, the same rinse and repeat thing every single time. It's just human nature. You can't change it. Can you hear me, bro? You've muted me. You're muted right now.
Oh, hey. Sorry about that. I want to switch tones for a second. You were talking about 14K. That's been my price target, but I don't like to talk about it because we're so far away. But I think it's worth just bringing it up just for a quick second here. And all I want to do here is just remind you guys about a few things that we were looking at. The first one is this disgusting daily Ichimoku cloud. I've been saying for a while that we can travel quite far into it, and I'm not too worried. So the top of this resistance range is 33, which I think is pretty fair. But if we are about to slip out of it now, I want to talk about what the implications of this could be, because the last time we've had a rising wedge pattern breakdown was right here. This was what basically played out just over May. And if we take a look at this kind of support area right here, and we just measure what the drop was from that breakout point down to our absolute low, that's a minus 40% drop. And if we do the exact same thing right now, you can kind of see where this is going. On it. Yeah, the exact same minus 40% drop. You can't make this up, guys. This is 40%. It's a beautiful example of it's a beautiful example of how technical analysis works, and it works really well. If this lines up to give us that kind of price target, that's absolutely beautiful. I mean, it's not nice as somebody that has to sit through it, but again, one of the key things that I just want to remind you guys about that I was talking about when we were back here is this market, I'm visualizing it in terms of levels, not in terms of, okay, it's another 40% drop, I'm going to be 40% poorer. It's not like that, and that's not what I'm interested in. What I'm interested in is, okay, we could drop down to 14K, but there's not really any resistance that I'm seeing between 14K and basically up here. There's a little bit at like 17, sure, but in terms of significant resistance areas, it's basically just 20. So I think if we come down to 14, it shouldn't be a problem to get back up to 20. I think if we break levels like 24, 25, it shouldn't be a problem to get up to levels like 28. So the market kind of gaps up and then gaps down as well. And when you visualize that, you can be prepared for big movements. You'll be emotional. Oh, we're dumping right now. We're just setting a brand new low for the day by the looks of it. Let's take a look at this. Yes, we are.
We've got to keep an eye on traditional as well, because we'll look at that in a minute on my charts. But if you look at this dump now, that's cool. Let's have a look at that dump a second, because I think it's going. What's the price target on that? 23,300 is it right now?
23.2. And let's go degen mode. Yeah, we've just set a brand new low for the day at 23.2.
Yeah, throwing away.
We're just falling into the support zone, though.
I was calling this for a long time. I was saying, guys, I think it's as of right now, making higher lows all the way up into this resistance. But I said my hunch is that we're probably going to go lower on the back of just everyone's long and the institutions are short. And I don't think traditional markets. Okay, let me segue into traditional, because I do think this is important. I'll just whip something up for you, my guy. So let's just get off the old crypto charts and go back into our old fellow friends, our freaking goddamn indice markets. So, it's been really, really, this has actually played out pretty much to the dime in terms of what I think about the traditional American market. Okay. So obviously me and you, Sammy, were talking about, the whole idea of everyone thinks the recession in the economy is going to affect the market price of the stocks, right? We've been through that a million times. And the economy going into recession does not bear any, it will not change or define where a money market or an industry market goes. So the stock market and the economy is not linked in any way. Okay, we've established this. Okay, so now everyone thinks we're going into recession. The economy is getting worse. The market is rallying pretty nicely. And actually, this is the most bullish scenario which we could have got from the SPX. We've found support. We've actually tried to carve out some sort of reverse head and shoulders, which is actually much more. These are back tested, much more likely to play out than in crypto. Crypto, they're a fucking meme. They always go the other way. So I was calling for this region here, 4,000 points. I was saying that I think the most likely scenario would be we come down here and we'd find a higher low, and then we'd blast off to the moon. And I said the most bullish scenario would just not stop off and go. Now, the great thing about this is now that this prior area of resistance is now potentially can act as support. It can flip into an SR. We've got through it. Okay, so now it's the higher we go now, the more support we got underneath the market. the SPX for then it to bounce eventually. Okay, it's going to come down eventually, on the short term. So it might do something like this or like this. If it just goes like that and just troopers up, then fucking fair play. It's just going to put good. It's going to be a good general barometer of where the crypto markets are going to go. And also you got to be very clear here as well. I have this white line is pretty significant actually on my charts. Okay. And this is a combination of moving averages, exponential moving average. They're all Fibonacci numbers within this line. And it would have been, okay, look, if we had have come and broken this exponential moving average, okay, and actually come up to it and found it as resistance and not got back above it, it probably would have spelt the beginning of a pretty dire end for this in terms of going into some pretty hectic bear market, or even actually worse than that, some sort of crash. Because if you actually look at this and you back test it and you say, okay, well, where was the last time we've seen that type of reaction from a very, very important key, in my analysis, a key moving average? It's here. We've broken through it. We've come up here. We actually have a deviation from getting resistance of it. That resulted in a pretty big crash for Bitcoin. This is actually around 2009, I think this is, when we got this, 2007 to 2009. And this would have been a very similar scenario for Bitcoin. Very similar scenario for the American markets if we had have got resistance on this. But we have got through it now. This is a good sign. So I would say that this narrative of this 5-wave move higher, I think, is getting more and more likely. I was calling for the bottom for way before any of these other motherfuckers out there, legends. Like, people were saying, no, it's done, recession. Oh no, we're going to zero, Great Depression time. And I was saying, I don't think we're there yet. And we actually are getting a nice move of this. And this is definitely going to bode well for Bitcoin. Doesn't mean if we have a dump on the SPX to carve out a higher low, it doesn't mean that Bitcoin can't make its next low. Okay. And then
and the S&P 500 to me looks like it's potentially a little bit overextended right now. It's not really.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's overextended. I think if you look at the momentum indicators as well, it agrees. So if you just whip up relative strength, not the PI top cycle, let's just whip up a few of our momentum indicators, which are in essence built into everything else I do. What is that? Let me get rid of the PI top cycle indicator because that's not going to work. So you can see actually pretty rapidly, stochastic RSI on the weekly is now significantly overbought. I do put a lot of weight on that. RSI isn't offering up as much, and the TTM squeeze has come back to the middle. Okay, so I would say that what this is kind of like showing to me right now is that because RSI is obviously a less exponential momentum indicator, same as TTM squeeze. These are showing that on the medium term, it's looking pretty good. We're coming back up. Like, we're on the weekly scale here. Like, I would say that medium term for weekly, yearly is long term for traditional. So like, this is what I'm seeing here on this stochastic RSI is that it's a little bit more exponential. It puts a little bit more weight on the most recent price action. You can see that I think we do get some sort of snapback to the mean, and that would probably correlate in something like that. Maybe a little stop off here. Maybe this comes down for another bump, and then we get something like this. And then these continue, and then obviously stochastic RSI is going to be wavering in and out. I think that will probably be the same story for one of my tailor-made indicators as well. Let's quickly whip up the MDX oscillator 5. So I do look at this as well to see if there's any bullish or bearish divergences. And you can see all the way up here, guys, we're getting all these bearish divergences coming up. Now we're actually back down to the oversold levels on the weekly, guys, and we're coming back in. So you can see this green flow. Pretty important, guys. It's showing you where the money flow is. So if it's green, generally you're rising. If it's red, you're generally going down. Okay, so it's pretty nice to see that. And I think just to fucking make this quantifiable for your own analysis, if SBX is going up, crypto is generally going up. And Dixie is generally going down. And Dixie looks like, I drew this on my chart a month or two ago. It doesn't look very good like that. Move on the daily. Fucking hell, I've been squiggling all over the gaff. This is just like spaghetti. That was what I originally drew this here. I actually went back and drew something else in the previous stream. But I thought that, prior high, get a bounce off it. We didn't get this higher bounce, so I thought. But this would be the scenario where you say, if we lose here, this is going to mean that people are buying things. When the Dixie's going down, the dollar strength is going down. So it means that people are buying things. And what they're buying is fucking cryptocurrencies and equities and stocks. So, yeah, that's what we're looking for there. I've ranted on it a little bit there, but I'll let you jump in, my guy.
I've got nothing to add there. I'm in complete agreement with it. The stock market is something I've been watching quite closely. One of the things I was talking about recently was how the S&P 500 unfortunately wasn't pulling Bitcoin up with it, over this last little bit. And it's, S&P 500 just kind of, what was it? Today's trading session wasn't particularly amazing for it. It didn't do amazingly, and Bitcoin really got shot down. I think that's I think that's not something to
I get really
ignore,
annoyed about this, Sammy, bro. By the way, your view looks absolutely gorgeous. I will be seeing you hopefully in Dubai soon. Yeah, it's absolutely gorgeous. I was living in the one. Where's Sky View Tower? Is that the wrong window?
Sky View is directly like that way.
Yeah.
It's not in frame. But you know that's a red flag that I don't like seeing, guys. You know, if the and I am in agreement with Max. You know, generally the reason I believe Bitcoin is going to be pulled up if equities are rising is just that you know, people are optimistic. You know, and when people are optimistic, they're making money from their safer bets. They're willing to be a little bit more risk on and enter markets like Bitcoin. This is very macro that I'm talking about, but I think it applies short term as well. And so what I don't like is, you know, when there is that obvious correlation, and it is there. I don't understand people who say it's not there. You have to open your fucking eyes. It's there. You know, when you see it, you'll notice that, you know, I mean, if this thing which usually helps Bitcoin, you know, kind of pull itself up, doesn't do that. If while the S&P 500 is moving up, Bitcoin isn't, and while the S&P 500 is moving down, Bitcoin is moving down doubly as harsh. You know, what does that tell us about optimism in the market? And just the general kind of sentiment, and more importantly, this is a representation of where the bigger money moves. You know, retail, Binance traders, and so on. They're not looking at this. You know, this is where bigger money is moving. You know, that's basically to me, it's showing me that we have a mixed signal, and that's what this market is full of right now. Is a lot of mixed signals. I don't think anyone really has a super strong idea of where we're going, and that's why we just that's why we chop. That's why we break out and we come back down, and we break down and we come back up. We form all these deviations. It's just it's indecision. The market doesn't know where it wants to go yet.
Of course, well, the market's always chaotic. It never knows where it's going. It's an equilibrium of chaos. You know, at the end of the day, no one knows where the market going, but the masses do. It's like a decentralized organism, the market. You know, and arbitrage is a great way to stabilize that. The market's very secure, but it's very its own organism. But I'll slightly disagree with you on one thing. You know, just because the S&P goes up doesn't mean crypto can go up. Doesn't just I really kind of like, I see a correlation sometimes on a broader, more medium to long term outlook, but on the short term, it's absolute fucking bullshit. You know, I would have to say that actually the correlation between it would be much more linear to Dixie. You know,
let's take a look.
Traditional equity markets. You know, yeah. Look, if you have an ocean and a pond, okay, the waves, if you drop a rock in both of them, the waves can sometimes be the same and they can mimic each other. But overall, broadly speaking, there's not much correlation between an ocean and a pond. Okay. They got a whole different fucking ecosystem of shit living in them. It's a bigger pool and it's a different world. You know, overall, generally speaking, on the short term, if you're looking at SPX to give you an idea of where the Bitcoin's going to go, it's a really unsuccessful strategy because, you know, these things can correlate at some points, but overall, it's probably going to change. You know, the SPX right now has had a monumental move off the highs. As soon as that happened, Bitcoin went down, right? And this is short-term plays. I'm saying on the medium to long term, yes, because generally speaking, you know, if you think about a risk asset, you know, you can look at equities or cryptocurrencies, whatever your risk tolerance is. You know, historically, what you'd be looking at is the correlation between, you know, gold and Dixie and SPX. But on the long to medium term, it's okay. You know, I do see a correlation because you would put the SPX and crypto into the same basket, you know, generally. But it's very dangerous on the short term.
What do you think about each of these red lines? Each of these red lines plot significant to slightly significant reversal points with the S&P 500. And to me, it looks like when the S&P 500 has a bit of a drawdown, yeah, there's big exceptions, huge exceptions.
Yeah, this is my point here. This is my point. Let me just, because what I'm saying to you is that the medium to long term, yes, the general market is going to be ebbing and flowing into value or risk. Okay, that's just generally how the market's going to work. That's human beings. We want to be safe, and then we want to put on risk when we feel that we have a bit of safety. We're certain. But I would say that the medium to long term, yes, but not the short term. It's not a strategy. I see a lot of guys saying, they send me messages, but the S&P is dumping, Dixie's up, but crypto must go down. I'm like, be really careful, bro. You'll look at the fucking 5 minute. Like, there is really not a good place to be trying to look at another market like that, which has got trillions of dollars. You know, the equity market is trillions, 200 trillion. So fuck that shit. Bitcoin's like not even one. So very difficult.
Where is Bitcoin? Let's pull up coin market cap and see.
It's 400.
I mean, yeah, for sure. When we're looking super micro,
let me show you a great website, Sammy. Type in infinite market cap. You'll like this one. Infinite market cap. And then it should be the top one.
Marketcap.com.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah, .com. That will be it. So this is a great way of just seeing. Yeah, I love this website because it's so simple. So Bitcoin's number 14, I think it is, 480 billion, maybe a bit less today. 440 billion today. Okay, and then you've got Visa. So it's the same as Visa, right? Cool. But look at gold, mate. Gold's fucking 12 trillion at the top, obviously. Actually went down a little bit the last few weeks because it's been coming down. And gold's only a fucking tiny little thing in comparison to equity markets. So if you add up every single name you see on that list, Apple, fucking Microsoft, Alphabet, Amazon, it's going to be a big ass number, dude. And that's the broader equity market, and that's what's being traded there. So, it's absolute tippins. It's
that's it right there. Companies at 87 trillion, gold at 11.74.
And that's only on this list, though. That's only on this list,
right? Because
this is only taking. This is not Russell. Russell's not on this.
What's Russell?
Russell is the broader, smaller companies index. So you have this SPX, and you have the Russell index, which is like a bigger kind of indice of like lower, smaller companies in America. And then you have all the fucking German markets and Chinese markets, all these other fucking guns. Like, so it goes on and on and on. There's a plenty of indices and pools being made out there, but 87 is not all the whole entire equity market. That's just generally America SPX. Or SPY.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I mean, this is quite a almost a dangerous view because it's. I mean, it's not just America, but it is mainly America, and you're missing out. Fucking. Oh no, there is Alibaba, so you are getting some.
Yeah, you're getting a whole mix on this. This is just basically what the biggest companies are by market cap. So you're not going to get a whole load of small and medium-sized companies on this, which will add that market cap up. But it's a really good website, and I think it puts. I think most people struggle with in life, like average people, they struggle about context and timing. Like someone gets married, you have a kid, you're like, I need a house right now. That's a fucking bad strategy. You need to stop and say, okay, look, let's wait until it's a good time to buy a house. And this website kind of puts that into perspective in a different way because, you want to look at where a market is or in a cycle. And what we do now, me and you, Sammy, and what people are doing on these channels is we're getting an idea of where we are in a bigger picture. And then you can really, even if you have a little bit of knowledge, compared to someone who has nothing, you can put yourself a long way ahead of them because if you're just going into these markets blind, it's fucking crazy. That's why we use TA. TA isn't the tool. We just use that. We use something. We're trying to analyze the market in a way to give us an edge. That's what we're trying to do here.
It's quite useful. Guys, by the way, there's a lot of love in the comments today. Thank you all for all the support. I want to open this up to some questions just as we go along. And if you guys
we're doing a giveaway as well. I forgot to mention. Fucking hell. Tell them about the giveaway, Sammy.
Just before the giveaway, if you can drop your questions in the comments and tag my name or Max's name in his comment section, just write at Sammy Loyal, or if you're watching this on Max's channel, at MDX. And by the way, in the title of each live stream that you're watching, you're going to see Max's channel on my channel, and you're going to see my channel on Max's channel. That was a bit of a mind fuck. But you can follow us from the title. You'll see our names at the end of the titles. But yeah, drop your questions. I want to start opening this up to them. And this
I can't actually see any of the live chat though.
Oh, okay. Well, in that case, drop. If you guys are watching from my channel, Max is on Twitter. Go follow him from the title. It'll take you to his channel, and then you can get all his socials. Max, I'm at 350 likes. What are you at?
I have no idea. I can't see.
Okay, let me pull up your likes.
So let me go on my channel. I think I've got. I got 300 likes.
300, perfect. All right, so we're not doing that bad. We're kind of close actually. Who is Max? You're saying this on Max's channel, bro. I'm reading your chat as well.
What's going on, legend? Okay, guys. Look, my ratio is usually pretty darn high. The MDX legend. I've been talking some random shizzer. Guys, on my channel specifically, not Sammy's. Go fuck Sammy, all right? On my channel specifically, go and hit the like button, legends. It's all about the MDX legends and the community, and I appreciate every like because it means the content goes further. I love Sammy Law. I'm only joking, mate. Hit the like button, guys, all over the place. Because if you like it, it costs nothing. And if the more likes, the more people who see this content, the more people come to crypto. And just generally speaking, it just gives me a dopamine hit. Just like, do you like me? Like, do you want to feed me some dopamine? Like, if you do, hit the like and I'll get buzzed up, even though I can't see my dopamine receptors because I can't see the likes.
Okay, well, I can, and we're doing okay. We're at like 660. Guys, the target is 1,000, and once we hit 1,000, we're going to be doing a beautiful giveaway. Max and I giving
Yeah,
away
1,000 line.
$100 each, and I'm giving away my Trade Insane package, which is a collection of amazing lessons that I've learned, psychological lessons in this market. Super valuable, and every single VIP member, you guys already know the deal. First link in the description. Every single VIP member gets it for free when they join. Max is, I don't want to say it for you. I've got it now. I remember, but I want you to sell it yourself. So go ahead.
What, the indicator stuff
MDX.
in like yeah, MDX algo, guys.
MDX
Basically,
algo.
just type in mdxalgo.com. You'll get a dashboard which keeps you updated with the crypto market in general. We're gonna have another button you can click to take you to traditional markets as well. But it's you get algorithmic indicators which you can use on your charts, and you also get a fully fledged automated trading bot. We have a VIP Discord like you do as well, like a VIP traders group, and some other bells and whistles. And it's just a place where you can get, good, honest tools to help you trade. As simple as that. It's just shit I would have wanted if I was a beginner or an intermediate trader. And actually, to be honest, I use all my tools now. I built them for me. It's built by traders for me. So that's kind of like it is. It's just mdxalgo.com. And I'm giving out $100 as well. Oh, I'm getting comfortable.
Perfect. I've seen an interesting question here. It's not the kind of question that I usually answer, but I want to touch on it anyway because it's been a while since I've said this. 𝗬𝗢𝗘𝗜𝗔𝗟 is asking on my channel how to split money between so much good projects, and what this person is asking, I think, is how do I allocate my portfolio among many different crypto projects that I want to invest in. And for me, my take is quite straightforward on how I do this. I don't like to invest in speculative cryptocurrency. I just don't. Well, they're all speculative, but I don't like to invest in the small ones because I don't believe in them, and I think that there's way more downside than upside. And instead, what I like to do is stick to the big ones that I know are going to do well, which means just the majors, whatever you find in the top 5, top 20 kind of list, and that's mainly going to be in Bitcoin. And then with Bitcoin, leverage it up. If Bitcoin is going to pull a 20% move, and I can leverage that even with 2 or 3x, that's usually going to lap what a smaller coin can do. And of course, it's going to do it with a better risk to reward ratio. Generally, your risk side of a trade when you're in small cap coins is so fucking high. And your reward might not be as good as a simple Bitcoin leverage trade. So my take on that is exactly that. And so when it comes to splitting money between good projects, I don't. I just don't. It doesn't matter how good the project is. If there's a unique circumstance where I know for sure it's going to go up because of access to information, or the fact that there's a lot of hype that I know a project can generate, then sure, I'll dabble a little bit. But for the most part, it's not something that I'm interested in. Another one here from 𝗙𝗪𝗓. If everyone is now expecting a sell-off right before or on the ETH merge day, I'm going to give this one to Max. Is something weird and unexpected going to happen? Before you answer this, 𝗙𝗪𝗓, usually in my experience, when something like this happens, it's just kind of crickets, really. Nothing really happens, and if anything, the market just kind of slowly moves down. I'm not expecting like a torpedo drop or anything. I don't think it's going to be that dramatic. I just think it's going to be massively underwhelming. And depending on if we rise like more up until basically 15th of September, then yeah, I'm interested in, well, are we overextended? Are we at a resistance level? I want to start asking questions like that to tell myself, like, okay, what is the probability that the market starts pulling back from here?
Yeah, no, I agree. It's like let me go back to your last point. I think, like you said, trading Bitcoin is like this. It's poker, and trying to trade small cap altcoins is betting. It's betting on like a horse. So there's two different things. Like trading Bitcoin's poker, and the other one's betting on a horse. And like if you win a horse race, you make a lot of money. The two good odds, but it's not very sustainable or consistent. And you can trade Bitcoin and poker, and if you're good at poker, you can be quite good and consistent. So I say that just to bring that point. That's how I look at the two. And then with the merger, I think it's going to be quite a big crash. I think Ethereum and Bitcoin usually stay at a very similar ratio to how they move. They're they correlate very closely. Sometimes Ethereum can lead, and then sometimes I think Bitcoin majority of the time leads because it's a bigger liquidity pool. So obviously there's more traders, more participants, more price discovery for them. So it leads the market a bit more. But I think Ethereum right now looks like it's overextended and it's higher than it should be in comparison to where Bitcoin is. And I think that when the announcement happens, nothing will happen. And then you're going to see a big order block of sells coming in, and it's probably going to come down quite quickly. Because I don't actually think Ethereum's upgrade is any good, in my opinion. I don't care whether it's good or bad, actually. It's not quantifiable if it's good or bad, but I actually don't like Ethereum on proof of stake. I think it's actually probably the biggest mistake the project has made, moving to proof of stake.
I'm surprised that so many people are okay with it. It's like...
I know, it's fucking stupid. It's ridiculous.
It goes against what cryptocurrency is meant to be, though. Like, it's pretty obvious.
It's a shambles. Like, I've seen a lot of delegated proof of stake chains go down, a lot of proof of stake chains fail. EOS, Tron, Lisk, right? Name another handful of them. Tezos is a load of crap. Even EOS. Solana is not good. It's not a good platform. Because everyone's twisted about what the value proposition of Ethereum is. And I'm just going to make this really simple. All Ethereum needs to do is be the gatekeeper for ERC20s. And then it will be the biggest fucking thing ever. Just be the gatekeeper. Just have the security. Create the certainty that your ERC20 token will never die. And proof of work does that better than anything. It's proven by Bitcoin. Proof of work creates security. In turn, increases certainty, which means that people will always use... It's like the standard of HTTPS. You know, we're quite certain that WordPress HTTP, it works. It creates certainty for your website. So if everyone's like, but no, we need Ethereum to be fast, free, and scalable. If you do that, you have to take down security. So it's a load of bollocks. Ethereum should always be the slow, lethargic Goliath, and it should move slowly, but you know it's never going to fucking change. It's a mutable. But
you don't need to. You don't even need to make that sacrifice between it being slow. You know, like this just takes more work from devs. I mean, like, look at Bitcoin with Lightning. I know it's super different, but Bitcoin went from being super slow to perfect.
It still is.
Perfect, really.
It's still 10. It's still 10 transactions a block. Bitcoin's never changed. You can't speed it up. It's slow for a reason.
Lightning works though. Lightning solves this problem.
No. But think about it. Lightning is a second layer solution. It's not a first layer solution. Okay. Lightning's on top of Bitcoin, not built on the Bitcoin main blockchain. So Bitcoin's blockchain is always 10 per second per block. Ethereum is around 14 or a little bit higher on the actual main chain. But what they're trying to do is they're trying to change the main chain consensus mechanism to make it so it's faster on chain. That's a load of bollocks. That's stupid. It should be the gatekeeper. It should be slow. It should be where the assets are held, the ERC20s. And then any company would just delegate out from a third party, the person who they want to do their transactions for their application. Make it so the ERC20 is certain, because every single proof of fucking stake chain's gone to zero. It's all crap because everyone's like, but Solana's fast and free. You have to sacrifice security for that because it only has 14, 15 nodes. Ethereum has 1 billion nodes. Who fucking knows? No one knows how many nodes there are on Ethereum. It's beautiful. It's decentralized. You don't know where they are. You haven't got addresses. Solana, EOS, you know where the block producers are. You know who they are. There's only 14 of them, and they can switch it off. And it's not secure enough because you can't rely on 14 entities to run the whole network because they can collude and mess around. So it's like XRP. It's all run by banks. Everyone's like, XRP, the money of the future. Okay, well, then you put your money in the fucking bank because XRP is run by banks. You know, it's as simple as that. You know, and that means, okay, it doesn't mean it's going to happen, but if banks have the power to change the network to make them richer in the future, they probably will. Not saying it has to happen today, 10 years.
If people with a proven track record of squeezing corruption would abuse their power again, is that what you're saying, Max?
I'm saying, bro, that any human being, if you leave them long enough, will get corrupted. Any human being. I don't give a fuck who you are. Because look at history. It goes to show if the apple is there, you will grab that apple at some point if you're fucking hungry. That is human instinct. You need to have no even ability to have corruption. And that's called Bitcoin and Ethereum. Proof of fucking work. You got to do something for that shit. Proof of stake's like, oh, I'll just buy more tokens and just fucking vote. You know, delegated proof of stake's even worse. I'll just vote a new system. And then no. The beauty of Ethereum and Bitcoin is that it's immutable and it can never change. And you can have certainty. Certainty creates longevity. So it's a real fucking situation. Ethereum. I don't like Ethereum's consensus model, proof of stake. I think it's actually could be detrimental for it. And that's why I do not hold that much Ethereum in my portfolio. I have 85% Bitcoin. So that's the way I roll.
Same. I think I'm exactly the same ratio. 85 sounds
Yeah.
identical for me. That's cool. That's cool.
It is. What else could we talk about? Because, you know, the Ethereum thing is really blowing up a lot of like everyone's talking about Ethereum, the merger. You know, I don't know what in the chat. Like, I want to hear from the chat. I can't see the chat, which is unfortunate. But tell us what you think about
I'll read
the
your
merger.
chat. What do I think about the merger, mate? I don't even pay attention to this stuff. I'm only interested in it from a price action perspective. So all I need to know is that there was an event that people are buying Ethereum for. Ethereum is running. We're in a bear market. Ethereum is up more than double from its low. Bitcoin is up far less than. But Bitcoin isn't even up by 50%, by the way. So yeah, I think Ethereum is overextended. Actually, just while we're here, while we're waiting for the chat to fill up with some more thoughts on this, I wanna bring up this chart. And actually just take a look at Ethereum against Bitcoin, because I haven't given you guys any analysis on this in a while. If you've been paying attention to this channel with Ethereum against Bitcoin, you'll know that we've been on point with it. Calling like every time I analyzed it, it was very, very useful. If you haven't been subscribed already, then you would have missed that. So guys, just make sure that you are staying engaged with this content, ticking that bell and all that good stuff. We have this important area for Ethereum against Bitcoin right here that stretches between 0.076 and 0.0. I'm going to stretch it up to 0.08. And this is quite a historic level. This level goes back to 2017. Bearing in mind, this is Ethereum against Bitcoin. So this shows us some important reversals, some resistance, a little bit of support, not very much. Still an important level now. We just managed to break out above it and now potentially finding support. So, you know, I want to say that Ethereum is going to start pulling back, because to me this looks ridiculous, but it seems to be a tendency for Ethereum where it'll make some really, really cool gains. And yeah, it might lose them a little bit. You know, there might be some sort of a pullback, but for the most part, Ethereum can keep these gains when it pulls them. You know, I don't know if this is going to happen in a bear market. I don't think so. But you know, from a technical
bring up a momentum
perspective,
indicator on that. Bring up a stochastic RSI and RSI on that, because I think this is the kind of articulate my point where I think that, you know, I think Ethereum is overbought in ratio to Bitcoin. I think they should be very similar. So I think we get a snap back in this when the merger actually announcement takes place. So right now, yeah, super overbought in RSI, and stochastic RSI just coming down. You know, if we give it 15 more days, this could get super overbought on RSI. And I think it snaps back quite rapidly. And we come back to, like, you know, where the mean should be, the kind of fair value in comparison to Bitcoin, I'd say.
Yeah, Bitcoin's RSI slightly closer to neutral than Ethereum's. Bitcoin's at 56, Ethereum at 64. Actually, it's not that much worse. I don't use the RSI much, though. This isn't for me to analyze. But if you want to take a look, you can.
Well, relative strength is like it is a beautiful indicator, because it's so simple. All it's doing is calculating the time and the velocity change, and that's it. And
this is what I don't like. This would have made people bearish right here at 0.072, and there's an extra 10% they would have missed, which is, I mean, 10% is like half the rally.
Yeah. It's not an indicator, anything to use as a. It's not there to a leading indicator or anything like that, or to try and get an edge. It's there to give you overbought, oversold generally, and you can use.
I call it a supplement.
Convergences. Which one?
Oh yeah, convergences and so on. Very, very useful. I use it as supplementary analysis. You know, I'll do my core analysis and then I'll take a look at it, and if it agrees with me, then great. If not, then, you know, maybe it's a reason to recheck what I've done. But you know, what I like to focus on is just these naked charts. I mean, you know, look, we've got this beautiful area of support. We're above it now. You know, maybe we hold it. If we don't, then we come down to the next area of support. I'm seeing 0.06. In fact, let's throw a fib on this, and let's see what we get with fib retracements. So we've got 0.5 down here. 382 looks important. 382 was definitely an important level. Let's slap a line over there. That's a very important level. 0.069 BTC per Ethereum token. 618. I don't see anything with 618 here though, Max.
618. You were on it a second ago. It's the light green one above the blue one. There you go.
Yeah, right here. But I mean, I don't see any important stuff happening in the market. But what I want to do is just draw this back to where this whole move started. And actually, I need a brand new Ethereum Bitcoin chart because this is getting very, very messy, lads.
I actually don't chart out, these types of BTC2 ETH. I try and keep it quite linear to US dollars because the US dollars are generally more stable. For Fibonacci's
So
won't be as good.
the reason I like to look at this, and by the way, I think this is a beautiful 618 retracement. I think even 382, this 382 level nearly lines up with what we saw in the previous chart. The reason I like this is one of my big moves. One of the ways I've made a lot of money in this market in the last year is because derivatives have been difficult. Is just sloshing my capital between Bitcoin and Ethereum. I've done that very, very well. Those of you in VIP will know all about it. And that's something that I want to do again. Because the thing is, I know this might not look super significant, but even, I mean, let's say you bought the 618, which I wish I saw this before. This was a ridiculously obvious buy. You'd have 50% more Bitcoin. Fuck me, that's a wet dream. Imagine having 50% more Bitcoin just because you bought a 618.
I think it's time to sell ETH. I think it's close to the time to sell ETH. I think
quite high, isn't it?
I think 2 days before the announcement, sell ETH, all of your ETH into Bitcoin, and then see how that goes. I think it'd do quite well.
I mean, yeah, well, I can't agree with that, but I think it's a good idea. I just won't agree with it because we're on YouTube. But I think
just said that you've been sloshing your money between Ethereum and Bitcoin, making money. So I'm saying, okay,
but I'm out of Ethereum now.
Oh, okay.
I've been out since like here and here. This is when I exited Ethereum.
Okay.
Very good exit point, actually. Yeah. I fully, like, I had a lot of Ethereum up here and here, and that's when it's now basically nothing. In fact, no, it is nothing. It's been nothing for a while. Painful.
Yeah, go for it.
But yeah, no, I think, yeah, depending on how we see Ethereum moving in the lead up, especially if we keep, if Ethereum starts pulling back, and because this is a support area, don't forget. I mean, I want to be bearish like everybody else, but we managed to break above a resistance area. We found resistance here, and now, I mean, I don't see why we can't use this area as support. It's a pretty important level. So it's where big reversals happen. Big reversals happened over here. And now, I mean, this is the first time since breaking below it, other than what happened over here. Pretty much when was this as well? This was more than a year ago. This is the first time in a very long time where we get to potentially see how this support level is interacted with. Bitcoin doesn't have such good support, but Ethereum does. And considering Ethereum's been leading the market,
Ethereum being where it is now, where Ethereum is now is like Bitcoin being at 28K, between 20 and 30K. So if Bitcoin was trading at 20 or 30, that would be the same as Ethereum trading where it is now, because we're actually testing the prior local highs on Ethereum, okay? So that's why I think that Ethereum is overextended. It's led the market to its prior local resistance, okay? But with Bitcoin, we're only halfway there. We haven't got to 28 yet. So I think what happens is the merger comes up, nothing happens, and then Ethereum comes back down to wherever Bitcoin is on the 15th.
What do you think about the support level, though? This and just to map it out, by the way, because some viewers can't read this, we're looking at 1,670 up to 1,800. That's the support area.
Yeah, you should bring up a VPVR as well, because I look at there's two ways to look at horizontals. So I look at it in terms of flat, looking at where the prices market from closes and opens, and then I also look at volume as well, volume profile. And that's how I determine all of my horizontal SR levels. You don't actually technically need the VPVR, but it is important to have a look. Yeah, this is perfect. So you can see here, and this is very, very similar to Bitcoin. It's a very, very good defined level. Yeah, very good defined area. It's a visual SR, it's a key SR level, and also it's a volume SR. So it's perfect. One of the highest levels.
For those of you who don't know, this is one of my favorite indicators as well. It just shows you where a lot of the trading happened. So if we get a lot of reversals or consolidation at a certain level, it'll spike the VPVR, and the market tends to gravitate towards these levels. It tends to bounce to and from these levels.
Let me show you something on my chart as well. Go ahead. Let me give you this idea, which I'm trying to tell you. So if I go on my quadrant charts, I'll show you that I've got like this very nicely looking 4 charts. And what I look at in some of my analysis is, okay, where is the VPVR coming in at? And you see can you see this chart at the top right? Everything's all good?
Yeah, I see it.
So you see here, this volume node here. You see this volume node here. Where you just pointed Ethereum being up here, this is where Bitcoin would be. So Ethereum has managed to gain, because Ethereum and Bitcoin, they trade very similarly. They're in ratio with each other. So Ethereum being up here already is like Bitcoin being there. So what I think happens, I think Ethereum continues its rally up here, maybe finds support on this. The merger's coming, the merger's coming, the merger's coming. Bitcoin potentially could be rallying up as well. And then I think Ethereum snaps back down to where it should be in ratio to Bitcoin. That's what I think happens for this, because why would you sell Ethereum now? There's no, if you were looking to sell Ethereum today, why? Wait until the merger happens anyway, because you've got an event coming up. And most people think like that, especially institutions as well. They're waiting for these big events. So no one's selling who was going to sell today. People are getting caught up in this in the media, in the news, and they're looking at Ethereum like, oh my God, there's an event. Oh, here we go. So everyone's buying up Ethereum. There's no sell pressure because everyone's just waiting until the announcement. I think when the announcement happens, it snaps back down. Wherever Bitcoin is, it comes back to those levels. But there's the prior. Ethereum's already here. You know, Bitcoin should be like that. That's what Bitcoin should look like if it was doing the same as Ethereum. Okay.
What I'm interested in is what happens to Bitcoin and Ethereum when Ethereum is leading the market while all of crypto is in a bear market.
Say that again.
So while the whole crypto market is in a bear market, what happens when Ethereum starts leading? And I've actually got the charts pulled up side by side. So if you don't know when this has happened,
go for it. What you got?
Yeah, so on the left here, we've got Bitcoin on the weekly. On the right here, we've got Ethereum against Bitcoin on the weekly. All I want to do is take a look at this on the logarithmic, and I just want to see when we've got macro bear cycles for Bitcoin. So here's one. I guess we could call this one, and here's one, but this most recent one doesn't count. And this is another beautiful one, although I don't know if Ethereum goes back that far. I just want to see during these times. Right here, this was a big bear market for. Where does it happen? Okay, here's a great example. Bitcoin is bearish here on a large time frame.
Yeah,
we're on the weekly. Don't forget. And Ethereum really rockets up. But look, this was the big explosion for Ethereum when Bitcoin peaked above 20. And it was actually a really bad sign. Ethereum was leading the market while Bitcoin was crashing. It's actually quite similar to what we're in right now. It was a lot more dramatic. Bitcoin was a lot weaker back then. But Ethereum was leading the market, and it was only temporary. It was like a final kiss of life, breath of life even. And then the market did very, very badly.
Yeah, I think what you're seeing is, you know, it's like Bitcoin went first, and then all that money, because back then you got to remember there was less options for stable coins. We had USDT, but there wasn't everything else.
That was
back in the. There was a lot less opportunities. Well, there was a lot less options in stable coins. So you would have seen, you know, Bitcoin went to 20K, and then everyone's like, "Fuck, Bitcoin's crashing. Where am I going to go? Okay, let's go to ETH." Then ETH has its pop afterwards. I was actually talking to a friend about this. You know, crypto's like a Mexican wave thing. Okay, it's like a Mexican wave. You know, everyone buys Bitcoin first, majority of people. And then when Bitcoin rallies because of all that buying pressure, when Bitcoin starts to see resistance and come back down, it trickles down, and it goes to ETH, and it goes to fucking DOT, and it goes to, and what you see is that you actually see like a ripple through the whole market. And actually, this is why everyone manages to make loads of money on altcoins, which is shit, because it can be a shit coin, but eventually, you know, the ripple is going to come down to the micro caps. So every new pool, every new rush of money into crypto starts at Bitcoin, and it ripples down. And eventually, if it's a bear market, then it goes to USDT, and then you see this huge horde of USDT holding up, which we have now. You know, stable coins are the most traded assets right now in terms of volume. So
which is really good, because if a lot of people hold USDT, then, you know.
Yeah. Where can they go? They can only go back into crypto coins. Exactly.
Yeah.
So this is the black hole. This is the black hole theory. It's a liquidity black hole crypto. Because once you go in, you don't have to leave. So the market cap's only going to go up. If you buy gold, you can leave to anything. You can buy anything in the fucking world. If you go into stock, you can buy anything. You can even trade stock in terms of swap it with somebody. But with crypto, once you go in that hole, motherfucker, why would you ever leave? It's just a better place to be. It's a better home. We're nice to you here. It's sovereign. We're good to you, bro. Come to me. Stay with me. Yeah, it's sovereign. It's sovereign wealth. Like, you don't need to have some fucking institution. Instead of relying on a bank, you're relying on a blockchain. Go fuck yourself. I'd rather rely on a USDT stablecoin or a USDC, which isn't as good as USDT.
Here's another example of where Ethereum gains a big lead against Bitcoin, plus 28%. It's only 17 days. Although our current move up isn't particularly long term either. What is this? This is actually, I'm sorry, my God, it's very long term. It's 63 days in comparison. But this is a little micro swing. This is the Bitcoin crash from 65 down to 29. Bitcoin chops a little bit and then ends up actually dropping down while Ethereum's gaining strength. So it actually looks to me on the whole, when things are quite bearish and Ethereum gains a big lead against Bitcoin, it's usually pretty bad. Usually a pretty bad sign. I don't know if you feel the same, but that's what these charts have been. I haven't seen anything that disagrees with that.
I'm seeing a correlation here. Yeah, I'm seeing a correlation here, but I would say that, you know, I do think Ethereum has a similar dynamic with this merger thing, and I think it snaps back down to relative prices to what Bitcoin is. I just don't think Bitcoin's done. You know, just to be completely honest, like with everything we've been looking at, you know, let me go back on my normal chart a second for you, ledgies. I just don't see Bitcoin done just yet. You know, this is, I would say, actually pretty good, looking actually pretty good for the bears. You know, we do have a break of this trend line now. We've got a significant amount of bearish divergence at the top here at the prior highs. You can see it in here. You're going to get these red dots popping up in a second. These big deviations, you know, these are bearish divergences. They're pretty significant. And I would also say, like, you know, like I said at the beginning of the stream, you know, it's just those longs. Everyone's long on Binance. So the market doesn't give Binance. People don't win on Binance. What are you talking about? If you trade on Binance, you're not going to win. All right, it's as simple as that. It's a hard reality. Retail traders don't win.
Come to Bybit, guys. $4,000 more than that from both of our links.
Look, if you want to look at the liquidation stuff, it's all fucking. Everyone's chasing Binance because Binance are retail and they're the easiest ones to do. If you come out of Binance to other exchanges, people get slightly more professional. You have Bybit, you have FTX, you have BitMEX potentially. You know, you have other exchanges, but you know, everyone's long on fucking Binance, right? Institutions, the real guys, are shorting this market still. We're going to get a report tomorrow. It's Wednesday today, so we're going to get a report in 2 days to see where they are at. I don't think it's done yet, you know, and that's my hunch on the medium term. But I would say the invalidation of that, you have to have an invalidation. I'm buying this region now, like I told you, on the short term for a pop back up. If we get resistance here, I think we get some sort of you know, descending formation we break down. And then I think the kiss of death for Bitcoin really is losing 23 and 21.7. I think then we're going to flush back down for another go. If we hold 23, though, just make this very clear. If we hold 23 and we stay above 23, right, back down high or low into some sort of ascending yet. If we hold 23, happy days. That's why I'm buying 23. Let me just tell you my strategy very clearly. I look to buy support on the way down and sell resistance on the way up. I like playing in pivot points. I like playing inflection points. Deviation plays have made me a lot of money in crypto. So I'm looking to buy the support levels on the way down because you're likely going to get a bounce. Then you put your stop loss at break even. First, number one rule, don't lose fucking money. You might think the market's going to go down, but you can still long on the way up. Okay, I'm looking for those bounce pivots. All right, I'm looking for those SRs. They are really, really nice.
I want to zoom in. I want to zoom in on something you said here. You said deviations have made you a lot of money. That's not always been the case. I don't know about you in particular, but for the market in general, deviations have only become very useful to start trading like in the last year from what I've seen.
No, I disagree. Deviations are just, you know, prior levels of support and the market is deviated against it on the opposite. It's a pivot point. It's almost like a reversal. That's what a deviation really is. It's a reversal. That's all it really means. You know, this technically is a deviation because, you know, all you do is you draw a logical SR level. This is very key here. Resistance, support almost. That's actually a deviation there, and you have a deviation there. It's actually a head and shoulders formation, okay? So all it really is a deviation is like a reversal or a pivot point. And I like playing on them because what happens is, you know what the market participants are doing. They're trying to push the market into these liquidity pockets to make other people then excessively go long. We've just seen it beautifully. The market has pushed, and this is not to do with like there's some guy clicking a button who rules the market. We've just seen it perfectly. The market has come up to a logical resistance zone, which is higher lows coming into it. It's a ascending formation. It's a bullish formation. We get a little pop over it. The market gets long. Guess what? The actual the incentive is down now, and the more the market gets long on one end, the more it gets long, the more it gets long, the more it gets long, the more the exponential less amount of money you need to create a spark for it to flush all the way back down the other way. Because what happens is if the market's 90% long, you need a tiny amount of money to make it go the other way, because all you got to do is push it in the wrong direction, and the dominoes fall, and everyone's forced to sell.
And by dominoes, you mean stop losses, liquidation.
Exactly. The dominoes are the stop losses, the liquidations. And that just creates the domino. And that's why you get these crazy flushes. Because this isn't people running home and going, oh no, shit, I need to sell spot. No, this is just automated stops getting fucking licked. And then it goes on its own journey. So this
I think it's also just that nobody wants to buy. You know, if there's no, if the order books are thin, you just collapse.
Yeah, of course. Well, at the end of the day, people are buying, but they're just buying into more sells, because at the end of the day, there has to be another trade on the other side. So what you're seeing here is people are forced to sell out of this. So their long order is just getting flipped for a short for somebody else. So someone else is just basically looking at it's a zero-sum game. It's just one contract on that side, contract on that side. The exchange takes a fee. Motherfuckers. Like we're just trading zero sums right now. So like it's an interesting. I love it. I love it talking about it, because it's so pure, the market of crypto. It's much purer than any market there is out there. It's much purer than anything really out there, because sovereignly it is its own thing. It's like gold.
Can't really regulate it.
Can't regulate it. It's not paper. Like gold isn't traded. Like it's not the actual physical thing isn't traded. It's all paper gold. And then we have derivatives. But the thing about derivatives is that it's very, very difficult for there to be more derivatives out there than actual physical Bitcoin, because the exchanges can't fucking manipulate it through government. So it's more sovereign. It's more pure. It has more integrity. The market's better. It's a better market than all this other crap we've done traditionally. It's all crap. The other stuff. It's all built off of thin air. You know, you can't. It's impossible to trade gold, really. Like really move the physical thing and me swap it with you instantly. We could only do it with an IEO or some sort of like bond or some sort of receipt, right? As simple as that. And we do that on Bybit. We do contracts instead of moving Bybit. Spot is actually moving the Bitcoin around. So like the idea would be, if you go into a spot exchange and you buy gold, you're buying the bullion, the real thing, and then you trade the paper gold on on the exchanges. The same thing with Bitcoin. You know, it's like spot, you're buying the actual asset and it goes from your wallet to their wallet, or their wallet to your wallet. And then the contracts we trade on Bybit. We're not actually trading Bitcoin. We're just trading an amount of contracts which represent that amount of Bitcoin. That's why it's so quick to do that.
It's a beautiful. I was just thinking while you were saying this, like I've actually been taking this for granted that I get to trade the very same market that I use to pay my bills. Like that's fucking amazing, mate. Like out here in Dubai as well, like I can pay my rent in Bitcoin. That's fucking insane.
Yeah. And you could pay it with US dollars and Bitcoin. So anything you make on the other side, you can pay. You know, and that's a really cool thing, because Bitcoin is. I always talk about this, right? Everyone's like, I'm going to put my money in Bitcoin. It's like, no, you're not. You're going to sell your liabilities for money. That's what you're actually doing. Bitcoin is the money.
That's quite a hot take. I think a lot of people wouldn't understand that. By liability, you mean your dollars, you mean your fiat, you mean the legacy system.
Yeah. So that's essentially what's happening, because the dollar is a liability because it loses purchasing power historically over its period of time. So the dollar isn't money. It can't be defined as money, bro. Yeah. I'm talking sense here, because you can't define dollars as money, because it doesn't retain purchasing power. It's not a store of value. The definition of money is a store of value. What defines a store of value? Something with a fixed or scarce supply that retains purchasing power. The dollar doesn't do that. So it's like, I'm going to put my money in Bitcoin. No, you're fucking not, mate. You're putting your liabilities and your assets and your items, you're selling them for money. Bitcoin is the money. Bitcoin's pure money. Bitcoin is the ultimate stable coin. Think about it. 21 million Bitcoin, that's it. Why? It makes me laugh that 𝗙𝗢𝗥𝗙𝗚𝗓 guy from Luna tried to create a decentralized stablecoin pegged on a dollar, which isn't stable. The dollar's not fucking stable. It's the most unstable thing in the world. They just printed trillions of them. Why are you trying to peg it literally is fucking retarded. Like, think about what he's trying to do. He's trying to create a decentralized stablecoin which isn't stable.
I mean, I'm sure. I have to imagine that he understands the limitations of what he's trying to do.
Temporarily,
but he's just trying to fill a gap in the market because people would use it. I think that's the bottom line. It's like, yeah, well, it's also bad to have I don't know, certain products, you know, like a cheap USB cable because you know it's going to break, but sometimes you just need a cheap USB cable. So there's a market for it. And that's what I see with
I'm
these
going a bit
stable coins
macro
too.
on you. I'm talking like the philosophical macro sense, you know. I understand that there's a market for it, but like I'm saying that when we look back at this, time of everyone thinking that stable coins are stable and Bitcoin isn't stable, we will just laugh because gold is historically money. That is it. And it's very stable. It's very difficult to mine gold, very low inflation rate. But we will look back at a time where we're like, why were we using these paper things, which were just printed for nothing?
Because you can't reliably, if you held Bitcoin over the last year, literally the last year is a great time frame, you wouldn't reliably be able to buy the same amount of goods and so on because, well, things are still priced in fiat, right? We're just
that doesn't define store value. The volatility of an asset does not define store value. The volatility of an asset
this is why people still want fiat.
Yeah, but you got to remember is that fiat is a short-term time frame hold. I'm talking if you're thinking about what store value is, right? Okay, it has to retain purchasing power. The dollar doesn't. You're getting more wrecked if you hold fucking dollars in the last 10 years than you're holding Bitcoin, obviously. But that's 10 years. So there's obviously the year intraday. Like the year is the intraday kind of volatility. But you got to remember, like Bitcoin isn't actually volatile because it's only what people are prepared to pay for it in dollars. There's still only 21 million Bitcoin. It's not like the amount of Bitcoin changes. It's still the same. 21. You own one Bitcoin. So
so you wouldn't say it's volatile if I could buy like a new Mercedes last year with 1 Bitcoin, but today I can only buy, you know, a new Prius. You wouldn't make that. You wouldn't
take that trade. It's the trade, isn't it? If someone's prepared to take that trade, then fine. You know, if you think about gold, like the reason gold is money is because no one can manipulate it as a fixed or scarce supply. It's hard to create, and it's actually the weight of gold which creates how much you have of it. So everyone's like the weight of gold is the amount you have. So it's similar. A similar analogy would be this: the amount of Bitcoin is the weight of Bitcoin you have, and that doesn't change. That's not volatile. It stays the same. The amount of dollars which will fluctuate to how much you can get of it, you can trade that if you want, but it's only if someone will accept the trade. So I'm trying to my analogy, my kind of point here is that fucking buy Bitcoin.
I'm with you, man. It's down what, like 60-70%. Most of my net worth is in it. I'm sure it's the same for you.
You got to have two hats, okay? I've been a trader for a long time, the best part of a decade, but also you have to buy into the story of the narrative of the long-term stuff because it's not, you know, the technicals are where you go for the entry, but you do have to have a fundamental view as well. But fundamentals are long-term investments. And then the technicals are the intraday trading, okay? So, and obviously just to make a point that you're much better off only looking at charts than only looking at fundamentals. We already know that. Looking at the charts is where you're going to be. But it's, yeah, I'm just doing like the kind of the moon boy pitch for Bitcoin, but it is true what it is, you know. I don't understand why people always say that. It's like Bitcoin is it cutting out, is it?
Yeah.
Hello, legends. Can you hear me?
Is that just me, guys? Drop it in the chat, or is it Max?
It says my connection is unstable. If you're on Wi-Fi, I tried to plug in.
I hear you fine, but your camera's freezing up.
Pete, are you on the internet,
bro? Guys, I wanna take a few more questions. If you have any, let's drop them in the comments. And again, just make sure that you write my name with the @ symbol at the beginning. So that I can read your comment. And just while Max sorts that out, okay, we can hear it. Okay, we're good. I think you're good as well, Max. MDXD pegged. Guys, where are we at? We're at 400 likes on my channel. We're at 400 likes on Max's channel. Nice. So we're on par.
Right, guys, hit the like button on my channel. I can't let Sammy Law. He's fucking 20 years old. I'm nearly 30, mate. I need a few more likes.
I'm 21 now. I'm legal now.
Oh yeah, shit, you're legal, bro.
I'm legal, mate.
That sounds weird, man. Me saying that you're legal. It's like I'm gonna come and get you, brother. I'm coming for you, man. Now we need to do a big one in LA. You know, we need to do another stream, get some proper pints. I think we should do together, like set up some microphones and actually have a few beers together and just sit there having a open conversation. You know.
Loosen me up a little bit. I've never been intoxicated on stream, so that would be interesting.
you're legal now, and I'm gonna loosen you up a little bit. That's
Oh, fuck me.
dude. Oh no, it's not allowed. It should be illegal, bro. But no, we could talk about. We got a lot of people in here still. Like, what about how's your life anyway, Sam? And let's have a nice little, do another 20 minutes on how's life, mate. Like, what's going on? How's your girlfriend?
Mate, I just blasted off in Mykonos to turn 21, and came back to Dubai. I'm on a journey, man. I'm on a journey. I've been working out. I've been super healthy. Just smashed out a protein bar on stream. I'm not wasting time, guys. And smashing down that water. We're both on it. I just turned 21. I've done very well for myself so far, and I want to keep that going. One of the things that I found super interesting is because I just locked myself in my bedroom during my teenage. I had no teenage life like whatsoever. I was so far behind socially. You already know this story, but the viewers might not. I was. You can actually trace it back on my YouTube channel. I've just been like a geek my whole life. So I was let out into the wild when I was 17 and I got my driving license. I had a lot of catch up to do. So I started living a lot of life between 18 and 21. And now I want to go back into the same focus mode that kind of initiated my my lift off. I want to do that again so that I'm set for the rest of my 20s, 30s, and so on. This one's super serious, and I'm loving the journey so far. So traveling around. I'm sorry.
It's a shame that I missed Mykonos. I fucked it.
Well, I'll do it again next year, man. It's really fun. So I'm
need to buy a club somewhere, bro.
I want to buy a club. I was talking to the guy. I don't want to talk too much about it right now, but it seems like these guys out in Dubai that we were talking about, they're not game. So
I want to do it somewhere like I got a few. We'll speak about it off camera, but I want to get a venue, some music, shit like that. But it's a good journey, Mo. You're a young dude.
We need good shisha. That's the that's a baseline. Yeah. But how about you, man? How are you?
Yeah, mate, same thing. Like I was in LA with I think LA for actually France was the last the top for me. Like I basically had a year-long summer from last year in when I was in Lagos and Lisbon. I was just partying and just like enjoying the bull market, and I literally did that for a year. And the bear market's brought me back to my roots again. I've said, you know what, let's get to work again. I think I think that's a beautiful thing about bear markets. It makes you get back to work. If it was always in the bull market, a lot of people go to work in the bull market. No, I party in the bull market, bruv, and I work in the bear market. So I'm quite happy that I'm back, just clean set, not drinking and just back to building content and just getting excited about the things which I was excited about before. Again, because drinking's fun and shit, partying, but just a bit, you just get a bit lazy with other shit. So I'm back now. I'm in Cyprus. I love Cyprus, and I can fly to Dubai really quickly from here. It's only a 3-hour flight, so I'm in a good spot.
Beautiful seeing Pete just walking half naked behind you constantly.
Yeah. I got two girlfriends. I got Pete and got Darren, and he's making me a fucking spaghetti bolognese right now. So I'm living the dream. You got to come to Cyprus though, Sammy. It's a beautiful place. I got a house here for a year. I got the visa getting set up at the moment, so it's so nice here, man. Really cheap, beautiful fucking sea, great food. Not all the infrastructure is brand new. Everything's just fucking brand new. They did a huge infrastructure thing here, so all the roads are new. You could drive fucking all the way up the hills here. It's really nice, man.
Mate, I can rent cars now that I'm 21. So you know what? I might have to take you up on that.
Dude, yeah, we're actually going to buy a car. I'm going to buy a banged up. I think I'm going to buy like a real shit like Renault Clio and just paint it orange. And just put a fucking massive engine in it. Put a Bitcoin logos all over it and soup it up to be like some Need for Speed Underground shit, like GTA style, and just ring it around like this town. Because you can't put a Bitcoin on a Lamborghini because you will get mugged and murdered. So like you have to put it on a Fiat or something to make you look like you're okay.
Absolutely, yeah. Are you on the British side of Cyprus?
British side, I have no. Yeah, everyone's English, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I'm not in Ayia Napa because that would be horrible. There'd just be loads of skinheads trying to. You what, mate? How you fucking doing? Yeah, you want fucking beer, mate? I'm like, not living that life. So I'm just down on a different area, in a nice chilled area.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Fair enough. That's cool. No, it's
cool.
it's nice to see that you're doing you and you're happy where you're at. It's, you know, summer's winding down. You know, winter's coming in. We're in a crypto winter, so yeah, it's a good time to have our heads down. It's a good time to be in the books.
Markets bring everybody back, man. It honestly, like, it shows what, like, I don't know what the word for it is. It just shows what actually drives human beings. And the only thing which really drives human beings fundamentally is when you have to come to the last day of working for something. Like, when the good times are good, no one thinks. And then when the bad times come in, that's when you start. And it's a beautiful thing, because the bad times are where you build. And if you build in the bad times, the fucking summer days, the good times are just so sweet. So it's
100%. And that's exactly why I keep urging traders to not stop paying, not. Yeah, exactly. I mean, at times like this, you know, this is where you double down. This is where you study things even more. This is where you stay plugged into the right mindset, because things will come back. And if you don't, you're going to find yourself in a position, classic position, where the market moves and you were caught blindsided again. You fucked it up again. You spent all this time, you had all this anxiety, and still you have nothing to show for it because you switched off when it got boring. And I see it all the time. This is why I always say it's times like this where the future millionaires are produced, where the future millionaires are made in this market. It's right now. It's right when nobody wants to pay attention. This is where you dial it up.
It's not just about money. It's about learning the ins and outs, the trading, the emotions, and losing smaller amounts of money. You know, even YouTube, building a YouTube channel. You know, everyone's like, oh, I can't be bothered because I won't get 1 million views on my first video. It's like the amount of shit you learn on YouTube from doing videos for like fucking 6 months, right? And you get no views, but the amount of things you learn in that time, like how to speak better, how to edit, how to get your video out on good SEO, all this kind of shit, all those things you want when you're not getting lots of views. You want to learn when you're not getting, because otherwise you look like a fucking idiot. So
imagine you had to learn. Imagine you had to learn the importance of using a stop loss, or I mean, you wouldn't get far without it. But yeah, exactly. I mean, you know, you need to know these. You know, the way I put this, right, is your competition knows all this stuff. Your competition has a rainy day fund. Your competition does not need to worry about paying bills next month. Your competition already understands risk management, understands all the stuff in the technical charts, you know, is thorough, has a checklist of things before entering trades, doesn't deviate from rules. And if you think as a normal person you can fucking walk into this shit and start trading really well, yeah, you know what I mean? Like, you're in the fucking, like, one of the hardest games in the world. You're competing against some of the biggest, scariest sharks in the world. And you're coming at this after you're 9 to 5 tired, and you think you can half-ass this? Like, no, absolutely not. There are people that can pull it off. There are people that can pull it off with very, very difficult careers, that run multiple businesses, that have children, and so on and so forth. But this is going to take work. It's not something that you just fucking, you know, press the buy button and then you wait and you do well. You know, I mean, you're not. If that's your mentality, you're not going to hold on. You're not going to be able to do it. You know, you need to educate yourself. And there's no better time to do it than right now.
Yeah, it's about market environments as well. I completely agree with you. You know, if you come into a bull market, you might luckily make some money because everyone's making money. You could get up to 80% the whole market in profit. And you guess what? You come into a market, in a bull market, you make some money, and then you only see one market environment, and then you lose all of it. When the market environment changes, the market dynamic, it goes into a bear market, and you lose everything because you're like, what? I've never seen this before. You have to live the fucking dirt to enjoy the sunshine, baby. That's how we go.
We've both been there. You've done more of it than I have, but I've lived through my fair share of crypto bear markets, and
yeah, I did it in fucking FX markets, bro. I did it, like, I was in Australia. I'll tell you a story about me, bro. Fucking, I was in Australia. I got fired. I've been fired from every job I've ever had, by the way. I hold that as my allocate. I am unemployable because I will not fucking listen to you. Because fuck you, I'm doing it myself. Anyway,
you're unemployable. Your funds are unconfiscatable. What's up, man?
100%. My name's
Max in the building.
Pay fucking tax. My name's Max. I don't pay tax. Go fuck yourself. See you on the flippers, mate. But no, it's the story. So I got fired from this construction job, and I was like, how am I gonna like make money without like doing things, like physical things for money? Like, how am I gonna do it? Well, I want to think and make money, not fucking move shit. So then I was like, okay, what am I gonna do? So then I started trading with like 4K. Fucking lost all of it. I was like, fuck. Okay, this is FX markets at the start. And I was like, how am I going to get cash easily where I don't have to pay tax on it and I can just learn to trade with the money? And the only job I got was in a fishmongers, bro, in Australia, in a fucking fishmonger market in Australia. I did it for 3 or 4 months. They were paying me $1,000 a week in cash, no tax. And I was just laundering it all into crypto. And fuck it wasn't even crypto. It was at the beginning. It was like weird fucking stocks, which I like. I was like, yes, this stock's gonna go to the moon. I have an emotional bias. I was doing all the wrong things, and I got into all these weird stocks and shit. And I was trying to trade pit markets on FX, and I was learning bar charts. And I realized like fuck bar charts. I was doing it for time, and then ended up blowing up all my accounts and just laundering all this money from fucking this crappy fishmongers. And then the only trade I won in about 3 months was Bitcoin. I bought Bitcoin when it was fucking $600 with some cash I made, and it went to 1,800. I like doubled my money and more, and I was like, shit, I actually won a fucking trade. And then that was my journey. The first buy was in August 2016. Never looked back. I never went back to traditional markets, really. I obviously have dabbled in it, and I've indice markets, but not individual stocks and shares. Fuck Tesla, I can't be asked. I missed all that. I just never looked back to it because I just like there is such a bigger opportunity in crypto than there is in trading pips. I hate the word pip. Go fuck yourself. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it, bro. Nah.
Crypto trading is just so much simpler. I found it's and it's far more rewarding. When I hear people trading those markets now, I mean, to each their own. It's not my fucking business, but I do wonder how their judgment led them to.
I don't know what they're doing anymore. I look back at everyone's like, but no, institutions, and you get all these people in crypto now who they always use their time in the traditional space as like an allocate. It's like, shut the fuck up. You didn't make any money like the rest.
It's not
like
flex,
banks. Yeah, it's not. Banks run the equity market and gold, and exchanges basically run the crypto market. But I say that only on short-term time frames. They can't determine the general flow of the world. Like that's how you can't manipulate the whole thing. But it's not an allocate. Most people from traditional have got it completely wrong in crypto. All the journey everyone in crypto goes through at the beginning is what anyone who did anything in traditional has to go through. So the journey is the same. The journey you go through into crypto, and all these people like fucking Mark Cuban who said we're going to partner with Voyager, and Voyager is going to be our #1 fucking partner. Goes to zero, kills all their whole entire community. Fucking people shilling Celsius. Like who's that guy? Digital Asset News. He was the worst. He got into crypto in the bull market, so he's never been through a bear market before. He doesn't do his due diligence properly. He was shilling Celsius and Voyager, a double whammy. All of his community lost everything because he just was new from traditional fucking wherever he came from and didn't look at the hard facts. I have money in Nexo, right? I have some money in Nexo, I still do. And I haven't taken it out because I did my due diligence. They have a huge fucking fund of insurance. They have a great BitGo custodian. They have a great team who have all of their shit is auditable. Guess what? All these other guys came from the traditional space. Look at me. Got millions of people fucked. He has like 500,000 subscribers. It's a joke.
It's I'm surprised that people still even respect it. It doesn't really make sense to me, but that's where we are.
Yeah.
I've got a friend. I'm not gonna name him. Hopefully he's not watching right now. We grew up together, and he's in traditional finance is what he's looking to do. And I talked to him. I'm like, what's your objective? He's like, I want to get rich. I want to be like you, stuff like that. And I'm like, okay, what are you doing about it? He's like, well, I want to be an investment banker. And I'm thinking, well, I mean, sure, you can probably get like a nice high base salary. You get your fancy little degree, start going to work, climb the corporate ladder. Yeah, you can pull your £80,000 salary and all that. But really, bro, if you have the skills to do something like that, why not do something that you can directly benefit from a little bit more? But there's still that prestige. There's still that. I don't know what it is, man. Like I'd rather be like you, fucking shirt open in Cyprus, you know, and just chilling and talking shit on YouTube, man. Like that it's freedom. And you have the money. You have way more money than, you know, than someone that's working a salary job.
It's I think it's just down to just human beings. Like they like they like people to take control of them. It's fucking sad, but it's true.
Yeah.
Like if you think about it as well, it's beautiful that we have that, because if everyone was like us, the world would not be a very good place. We have to have.
You know what? I think it could be okay. You know, I think if everybody was like that, they would be doing things that their skills are more geared towards, and everybody would be exporting more value or outputting more value. And that would. I'm sorry.
Who's going to do the plumbing in your house? You need the fucking toilet.
Of course, there's always, you know. Well, okay, I shouldn't say everybody. Not everybody will do this, but you know, I mean, if the percentage of people living like us right now is, let's call it random number, let's say it's 3%. If it becomes 50%, I think we'd still be fine. We'll just automate stuff. Who does the plumbing? Well, what if we don't need plumbing because things are just better? You know what I mean? Like, how often do you service your computer?
My point was more about, like, it wasn't really about plumbing or shit. It wasn't about that. It's more about the mentality of wanting to be an entrepreneur. It's just a lot less than the other
I'm seeing it more.
The risk.
Do you know a guy called?
You're hanging around more entrepreneurs though, because
good
as you grow, you hang around people, like more people who are doing their own thing more and more. And then even my mother says to me, like, what's wrong with you? You're just like not like anyone else. I'm just like, well, it's because you hang around different people, mom. Do you know what I mean? Like your old friends from school. I don't know, it's like, grandma shit. So like it's your world is determined by your perspective and what you see. So if you only see people around you who are doing other things, then it generally changes.
I want to see some data on this. Is what percent of people are identify as entrepreneurs or run their own kind of hustle? I think a lot of
people say they are, but they're not.
Yeah. I think there's dedication problems, but I think that, you know, if you look now, 2022 versus 2005, you'd see a ridiculous, I mean, like a 10 times maybe more increase in people that are working on their own thing. Perhaps not well.
No, sure.
The reason I bring it up is it's a very. I wanted to get your thoughts on it. I know we're going off topic. We'll go back to the charts in a bit, but this is something I've been thinking about a lot. There's an amazing guy called 𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗔𝗀𝒩 he has this theory that the whole world is just going to be a series of people running their own little business, and everyone just kind of almost serves themselves, and it's exactly what I said a few minutes ago, just outputs more value because of it. And that's his utopia. It's a very capitalist utopia. Everybody takes responsibility for their wealth. Everybody is doing what they're good at. They're producing a lot of value. I can see it coming. I mean, I've been thinking about it for a long time, man. I can see it coming. Well, maybe not everyone, of course.
I'd argue and say America was like that in the Roaring '20s. You know, there was way more capitalists, way more people doing their own businesses. Everyone had their own business. There wasn't a big government to take all your fucking money and then put it on bullshit, which doesn't work. So I think, you know, the saying goes, it's not different this time. Technology does enable a little bit incredible things, but there'll just be new people who have to do different jobs to keep the infrastructure we build up and running, like new technology roles. Everyone's general IQ or everyone's knowledge goes up, but you still always have to have that same kind of base level. I think if you really looked at it, like there's something called the Pareto principle, which I look at a lot. And it's like, you know, you can do this with like capital and human mind capital. And it's like most of the resources end up in the top 20% of people because they are the most this type. You know, the money always, you know, I don't know the actual full arcing structure of it. But I think it's a good point though, because you think about Instagram. Everyone works on Insta now. You know, you're on a platform instead of you work for a platform, not a company in a way. And I think that's happening more and more and more and more. And then with decentralized platforms, yeah, it's going to get more and more sovereign and more. Yeah, I agree with you, dude. I agree. It's going to be.
I think it's beautiful, man. I think it's one of those things where like you don't really notice it's happening, and then the next generation gets to enjoy it, and and we just take it for granted. But it's a good thing that we can take for granted, and it's beautiful. I get very excited when I think about this. I never ever talk about it publicly because I don't have a domain to to do that.
Talk to me about it, brother. I love this shit.
That's why we're here, man. That's why we're here. I think this, guys. We've still. By the way, Max, we peaked at like 800 viewers, and we're still at 600. So like a lot of people clearly want to hear this stuff, which I'm impressed by. I thought a lot of people wouldn't, would be here just for trading stuff. Let us know in the comments what you're thinking. And by the way, Max,
we're going to
coming very close. I think we're nearly there.
Yeah,
we're nearly there.
Let me.
Guys, we're going for.
Yeah, go for it.
We're going for 1,000 likes. For our giveaway, and we are at. I need to.
We need 1,000 likes. I can't see.
We're pretty close. Well, you're at 436.
Yep.
And I am at 484, which puts us at 920.
Oh, we need 80 subbies. $100 coming up on MDX Algo.
Yep, we're doing one person from my channel, one from Max's. All you got to do is smash up those likes.
Yeah, you got to like this video, obviously, and then we'll do a little competition in the live chat. And I mean, I love talking about this shit to use the root dude, because I actually follow this Twitter channel. Let me just mention something. I follow this Twitter channel called like History in a Video, and if you look at a video of 1908, okay, it's like, what the fuck? That looks like so old, and it's like 120 years ago. Like, the amount of change in the last 100 years is just absolutely mind-boggling. And like, what I always think to myself is like, I'm probably going to live for another 50 years, maybe till I'm 80 years old. It is probably actually impossible for me or you to describe what the world will be like in 50 years. It's actually probably impossible for our minds to imagine what it would be like. Because if you ask someone in 1908 that today I would be able to see you visually in real time in another country and speak to you like a fucking hologram at a space fucking time. Look at your background, bro. What the fuck? You look like you're on fucking Mars. Like, if you told someone that in 1908, you're in the sky. If you fucking told someone in 1908 that, they would just laugh at you and say, let's fucking crucify this shitter or fucking drown. Like, dude, it's unbelievable, the change. And even my dad, actually, I spoke to my dad about this. He was like, I couldn't even fucking think about what the world... now, what the fuck? Even when I was in the 60s, what are you talking about? Something I can ring someone to Australia? Hello, mate. How's it going, sir? You're talking to someone in Australia. What the fuck is that?
What do you think about the metaverse and people living in VR and all that? I don't like it either, but let's do like 5 minutes.
You know my shit, dude. It's not meta, it's matrix. It's the matrix which is being built here, dude. It's not meta. It's a fucking different thing. Like, there is going to be a time, bro. Don't do that. There's going to be a time where you just... Like, the Pete was doing some weird shit with a banana. There's going to be a time, dude, where... Okay, look. My dad was pissed off at me for playing computer games like Call of Duty. He was like, why don't you go outside, you fucking loser, and do something with your life, you little gamer? Turns out that gaming experience got me to a pretty good place because everything's technology-based now. What I'm probably going to do is this... I'm the father now. I'm probably going to say to my son, get the fuck out of the meta, you little weirdo, out of the matrix. Stop plugging in. And that's going to be the wrong thing for me to say. But I'm going to say, come on the real yacht. Come and meet the real cheekers. Let's get a barbecue going outside. He's like, why would I even bother, Dad, on your shit boat with your ugly chicks, with your bad beef? I'll just do it in the virtual land. I'll have a Sunseeker 160 foot. I will design the cheekers on the boat for me, and the barbie will be... Do you know what I'm saying? It's going to be all there.
Yeah, man. I can see it. I can see people buying into it. Honestly, I can.
I'll be in there probably.
People do it in GTA.
I'll give up.
People do it in GTA. Like, it's not a big leap to imagine you slap a VR headset on and some like touch receptors around your body, and bam, you got the bitches.
One up your ass, one in your ears, and one up your nose. You're gonna get in a pool, a bubble bath. It's gonna be liquid, and you're like, oh, hello. And you're slowly going to decay. Your muscles going to decay. Your body's going to eat its own muscle because you're wanking yourself off in VR. And then you got to think about moral ground. It's
that Black Mirror episode where everyone's on bikes and they got to like power their VR life. That's what it sounds like.
I've never actually seen it. I've never actually seen Black Mirror. Everyone talks about it, but I've never actually watched it.
I don't recommend it.
I watched one where like David Cameron fucked a pig, but I think that was an old one.
That was brilliant. Yeah, that was the first ever episode.
Yeah, I think I watched that one, and then I was like, you know what? I don't really need this in my life. I'll just get on.
I think that's where the show peaked, mate. Because the rest of the episode, it's a really good show. I rate it like 9 out of 10, but it's just so uncomfortable to watch. Like it fucks me up when I watch it, and I just don't see why you would do that to yourself. Like I'd rather.
Yeah, it's like
I want
putting
to watch puppies,
through...
bro.
Yeah, I want to watch charts, and I love building companies. You know, I love building things which have value to somebody else, making money and shit. You know, that's what I like doing. It's fun, isn't it? I love having a friend or someone who you can do it with, or a business partner who you like. You know, doing business with friends is actually, it is the beautiful part of life as men, I would say. But like, it doesn't always work out that way because you have other problems with like emotions. But yeah, doing something which is meaningful, build something which can give value. Like MDX Algo, I'm so proud of it. You know, it's a great product. It works. People use it. It makes loads of money. Like, fuck it. Like, it's a win for everybody. People involuntarily.
When did you start it?
It only really got started like properly, probably about 4 or 5 months ago. You know, it was always like a pet. Yeah, it's quite new, really. The state it is now. It took a long time to build it. Like the devs, it just took ages and all the small things. But you know, we used to do it all through Patreon. The indicator started off with a very simple strategy. It was just like 2 exponential moving averages, some super trend, and some chandelier stop stuff. And now it's completely different. It's just like, I would never even imagine it got this far now. And especially the automated trading bot as well, which is all fully fledged and everything. So it's cool. It's cool. And it's only just the beginning. I want to build it, make it to be like the hub of crypto and just like tools, and then an academy in it as well eventually. You know, I was actually going to partner up with someone on the trading course. Maybe we could do something with that. I don't know. There's a lot of options out there.
Mate, people are loving this live stream. We got very woke conversation, great content, listening in the background, sharing it to my friends. Very interesting conversation. I think we're onto something, Max. This is great, guys.
Yeah,
Thank you for all the support. I love
this.
this.
You know, sometimes you just got to stop and breathe and have a chat. Like at the beginning of the stream, we're going through the charts. Everyone's like, whoa. We're trying to hype it up, and everyone's excited. Like, oh my god, fucking hell, I'd line of cocaine. Nah, you know, everyone thinks I'm on this shit, but I'm not. But it's like, no, it's always good to just be a human being. You know, that and just talk about, because trading is so personal, man. Really touches you, dude. Like, if you trade markets for a long time, you learn about yourself.
Oh, yeah.
I wouldn't say it was extreme as SAS training. I think that's probably like the furthest you can push yourself physically. But you know, actually, you know, in some respects, it is it's as mentally challenging as that sometimes. When you put your own money on the line and you lose. Absolutely. And you win and it really can get fucked up. Like I've been in some dark places, just sitting up till 5 a.m. wrecked, pulling my hair out. You know, it's just like, you know, it's a tough game. So
rite of passage, really.
Yeah, we've all been there, and it's one of those things. You know, anything which is easy with less manual labor seems easy because you're like, I have to do anything. I just sit at home all day and click buttons. Actually, it's not easy, mate. You got to use your brain. It's either brain tiredness or physical tiredness. But it's a good stream, man. I enjoy these. Like, I like talking. We could clip this and put clips around the place and do other stuff and like get out other ideas. And also ask the community in the chat, you know, what they think about stuff.
I have just hired an editor for clipping content, and I think I'm going to reach out to somehow I know the one you're using. I got that from Dan Reeves.
Oh yeah, that guy from Fiverr or something.
Yeah. I don't know if I'll use him, but there's someone else.
I'm not actually using him, by the way. I'm not actually using him right now. He was busy.
I'd imagine.
Pete's my editor. Right? Pete's doing my clips for me, bro. It's quite good.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Yeah, I'm only giving him some money for it a month, but he's all right.
Fair enough. Yeah, I found a 20-year-old German. Actually, he found me, a 20-year-old German guy. He just kept on DMing me. I never see my messages on Instagram. But he just kept on DMing. I was like, fuck it, you're persistent, you're young, let's go. Let's see what we can do.
Almost as young as you.
I love that energy. Pretty much, yeah. Yeah. I got interviewed by someone.
You're 21. You're secretly 40 years old. You're older than me. Stop fucking lying. It's insane, dude.
Oh, mate. Maybe. I did a podcast with someone yesterday, and the guy was younger than me, and I was like, "Fuck me, yeah." Younger people they just keep getting better and better, and like, my throne's gone, mate. Like, I've had my time in the sun. I'm joining the rest of the people now. It's brilliant, though. It's brilliant.
It's a double-edged sword, man. I think young people are either super alien smart or super dumb fucked. Because
Pretty
like they
much,
can,
yeah.
there's no middle ground anymore. Like you either use the internet to your advantage or you don't, and you die because you go down the wrong fucking channel. You know, you go down the weird route. You start getting fucking combed or groomed by ISIS. Like they're you know, yeah, go on.
It becomes an echo chamber because you just subscribe to whatever you like, you block whatever you don't like, and that's it. Things get more and more extreme. I don't want to go towards that ISIS discussion on stream, but absolutely, it can get very extreme.
I don't think there's even a thing anymore. But like you know the idea of it is like there are actually stories though in England of people from Bournemouth and Brighton going out there, and you know it's.
I know someone who did. It was in my community. It was fucking shocking. Someone I used to. Someone I grew up with, you know, a close family friend, a man that I admired and loved and respected, a friend, and he fucked off to Turkey on a vacation, but it turned out that his real intention was to go to Syria, and I don't know what's happened to him since. It's crazy. It's crazy.
You never spoke to him again?
Never. One day I saw him, we were chilling. I don't know the story, man. The mother, she doesn't like to talk about it, you know, and I would never push. Yeah.
Well, I'm 5 minutes away from Syria. I can fucking see it some days. No, you can't see it, but it's
is it not Lebanon or something?
Yeah, Lebanon, Syria, across the border. Yeah. So Lebanon is the actual main one, the landmass, but that's next to Syria, right? But it's really close to here. It's kind of amazing actually how close it is, but how different it is, you know, in terms of culture here. It's very Greek here, but we're far closer. Yeah, we're far closer to Lebanon than we are to like Mykonos, for instance. Athens is miles away, I think.
So would you say there's much Turkish influence?
Well, actually, this is an interesting story that the Turkish have actually occupied half of Cyprus. So there is a war going on right now. It's a silent war though.
Is that Nicosia? The northern part?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, northern part's all occupied by the Turkey, but like they don't like it here. They're like, nah, they treat it like a war, but it's not a war because obviously there's no actual fighting going on. But they're like, it's a war for the land, which is rightfully the Cypriot land. I'm probably butchering this, but that's what I've heard from a few people. And also, I went to the airport. I flew into the Turkish side, and I got out a whole load of Turkish dirhams out, or whatever it's Turkish lira. Fucking came across the border, cannot spend it anywhere. I had to go and find some random dodgy dealer, got a real bad exchange rate. He was a fucking great arbitrage trader, bro. The best one I've seen. Fucking took those fucking lira off me for tippins of fucking
So what currency do they use in Cyprus?
Euros. It's the European Union. It's a weird one, actually. I think it's in Europe, yeah. But I'm not sure. But it uses euros, so I think it has to be. But it's a weird one.
You said everyone's English?
Tons of English people here. Loads of some German people as well. Nice, relaxed here. I really like it. I never thought I'd say this, but I actually like this more than Portugal. You know, and I spent a lot of time in Portugal.
Yeah, it's a big statement coming from you.
Yeah, I was in Lagos, Lisbon, Cascais for ages. I will always go back to Lisbon. I'll go back to Cascais and Lisbon, but I went to Lagos the other day, but. Yeah, man, it's. I think it's a good place here. It's like that real dry heat where it's like you just know it's going to be fucking hot. It's like Dubai, but just not 40. It's like 30 or 25.
Brilliant, mate. People are loving this. This is like a talk show. So cool. Subscribe. Love the back and forth between the chats and the charts. Chances are increased, peeps, if you go like the video for both of them.
Yeah, we're doing $1,000 giveaway. No, not $100 each. To be honest, on my Twitter,
mate, we just hit 1,000 likes.
Oh, did we? Fucking! I'm actually doing a $1,000 giveaway. Let me say this right now: if you are not subscribed to me, go and subscribe to me. Obviously, if you're on my channel, go subscribe to Sammy. But I'm doing a $1,000 giveaway at the end of the month for my channel. So if you subscribe to my YouTube channel, you will be entered into that $1,000 giveaway. And also on my Twitter, I do like 0.1 giveaways all the time. I've probably given away over $50,000 worth of crypto in my whole YouTube time. So I was giving away 0.1 the whole time in the previous bear markets and shit.
Would you say it's worth it for the Twitter game? Because I see a lot, mate. Twitter's just shit posting from what it's just shit posting. I mean, you've got really good Twitter profiles as well, like the guys that are just on Twitter. But the YouTubers on Twitter are fucking horrible, and they all know it. Like between ourselves when we're chatting, I'm not gonna name names, but it's like a running joke. It's like, hey, you just post stupid shit.
Is
it worth it though?
I think it's quite cool, you know. And also the giveaways, I actually do really enjoy doing it, bro. This is really, really core. You know, if you find someone like who's got fuck all and they're trying their hardest and they're from Pakistan or wherever it is, like there's loads of dudes, like, and you send them 0.01, then it changes their whole life. It changed the whole fucking life.
Cool.
And I'm like, it actually is that like a part of it. And a lot of people would say that, but they don't mean it. But it's the truth. It is actually sick. And also I get followers and it's fun, the engagement, etc. I do like jokes. I say like funniest joke below, I'll send you 0.01. So it's kind of fun. And it does grow very quickly, the channel.
Well, wait, we have just hit 1,000 though. What the fuck?
All right, okay, let's do the giveaway. You're gonna have to moderate this giveaway, okay? So I think I'll think of a number between 1 and 100. Okay. And then everyone, when we say go, puts their number in the chat. I can't see the numbers though, so how am I gonna fucking? Okay.
Am I just choosing the first person that puts in the correct number?
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay. I'm not very good, guys. On my YouTube channel, are there any mods watching this right now? People are already guessing the number.
Don't guess the number yet. We haven't started, Legends. Why can't I see the fucking chat? Like, I'm gonna refresh my page.
Let me just send you. Are you able to open up Telegram? I can just send you the link to your stream. How have I got to send you the link to your own stream, mate? This is brilliant.
No, I can look at my own stream, but I can't look at the whole global chat.
Oh, there is no global chat. Yeah, it's not on StreamYard. I don't know. It's not working.
In StreamYard, you usually have all of the chats combined in one.
Yeah, it's not working today for some reason.
Okay,
but
well,
I mean, this is fine. So, does your number apply to my channel too?
Yeah, I think that's how it has to go down.
Okay.
So this ain't gonna work. There's two different chats. I think we go for a different route here. Okay, I got an idea. I'll tweet something on my Twitter, and then you tweet something on your Twitter for your giveaway, and then we'll do the competition on Twitter. Okay, so they like the video on YouTube, they come over to Twitter, they answer something, and then we do the giveaway on our Twitters, because then we can actually see who wrote it, right?
I was thinking there might be some way to take an RNG website and do something. That we should have prepared this in advance, mate. An
RNG, what, just a random scrambler? It's harder than you think. Pete's been trying to do it recently.
I mean, you can just find it on the internet, right? I don't like the idea of Twitter. Oh my god, my chat's just full of numbers. Because not everybody is on Twitter. And we should have stipulated that at the beginning if that was a condition, because that wouldn't be fair then. I like your number idea. I'll just do that. Yeah,
I got an idea. I'll give away my stuff to your community, and you give away your stuff to my community, and then we just do it on your chat.
Doing both to each.
Yeah, but I'm saying like everyone wins. If I give away MDX Algo to someone in your community $100, and you give someone $100, it just depends on which chat you're on. Fucking hell, we're just doing this live, Legend. All right, look, I'm gonna go on my own live stream. No, fuck this. I'm gonna go on my own live stream, and when I say go, the first person to do the number wins. Okay? I'm on my live stream now. I can see the chat.
So just put something in your chat so you can separate it, because I'm guessing everyone's been guessing in your chat too.
Okay,
yeah, your chat's full of. Gabriel's got 1 to 99.
Now I wrote go now on mine. So think of the number, guys. Okay. I'm thinking of a number in my head. 100. Sammy doesn't even know what it is.
I don't know. He hasn't told me. It's all on Max, guys. So sorry to my viewers if you don't get it.
I'll tell you the number, Sammy, but I haven't seen it yet on this specific live chat.
Oh, I need to know the number, actually.
Yeah, of course you do.
Before the,
Of course you do. Of course you do. I'll just... Okay, I'll just send it to you now. I've just put the chat
I need to know before the chat updates.
There you go, dude. That was the number. I'm looking at my chat again.
Okay. Oh wow, that was quick on my side.
Did someone get it real quick?
Yeah, it was pretty quick, but I'm not gonna say it yet, just in case it's not come up on yours.
No one's got it on my side.
Oh, I'm sorry, I kind of doxed your number then, mate. People are just gonna come to my chat now.
Yeah, no one got it on my end.
There's only 100 attempts. You're not getting 100 comments.
They're coming through at the speed of light, mate. Okay, I saw someone who had it on my screen a second ago. So this guy's got the right number, but did they get it? So I wrote go now on my side. So if you scroll up the chat, it says go now. No one got it on my end. My chat's absolutely blasted.
Yeah.
Just give it to the guy who got it on your end, because no one got it on my end for ages until you said.
All right. Well, I don't want to say his name either, because I just realized the next problem is I don't know who this guy is, and it's a generic name. So how is he going to reach out to me? If I say the name, everyone's just going to make his account on Twitter or something and DM me. This was horribly organized. I'm so embarrassed. I'm so fucking embarrassed, guys.
Oh, dude, what are we doing out here, legends? Oh, mate, we need to plan the giveaways a bit better.
Yeah, this is hard.
Okay, look.
Yeah, I'm gonna go on the actual live stream and see if I can go on his YouTube channel.
Oh, bro. And then you have to prove that with something. Yeah, it's a bit of a Bitcoin banter.
No, we've been hyping this up all stream, bro. Like, honestly, I would hate myself if I was viewing you right now.
Look, what looks a bit small, mate.
Mate, on my side, your number was selected as number 5. It was the 5th comment.
Okay, well that's definitely it then, because I didn't see it for ages on my end. No one got it until the very end. Pete, why have you stitched me up, brother?
I haven't.
Dude.
It's 50-50. Why did you stitch up your viewers?
That's a 60-40, dude. That's a 60-40 right there. So me and Pete are in the gym at the moment, and whenever Pete cooks a chicken, he's always getting 60-40. Never giving me half each.
Right, Max. I've had an idea. I'm just gonna trust good faith. I'm just gonna say who it was, and that person's gonna reach out to me. Are you cool with that?
Mate, absolutely fine.
Benjamin Oaks, congratulations. Yeah, fair enough. Benjamin Oaks, reach out to me. Twitter, Instagram, Telegram, whichever is most convenient for you. My links are all in the description, and yeah, I will sort that out with you.
Benjamin Oaks.
Good stuff. Congratulations.
Pete's going to send the message as Benjamin Oaks.
The guy will share a screenshot of the YouTube account. That's genius. Thank you so much, Sana. Sana's thinking. Thank you so much.
Okay, let's do your one now. Let's really fuck ourselves up again.
That was my one.
Oh, I thought I was my number.
Oh, I used your number, mate. That's fine. That's fine. Benjamin Oaks, you're back in the comment section. Do you know what? Benjamin Oaks, just drop your Twitter handle and I'll DM you. And that way there's no cheating.
Right now. Let me just eat some chicken right now. I'm too hungry.
Yeah, you smash it, mate. I've had my protein bar. Yeah. Benjamin Oaks, just give me one of your socials and I'll DM you, and problem solved. Done. Thank you so much, Sana. Sana, just because you're thinking, I wanna give something to you too. I won't do the $100, but we'll do the Trade Insane package, which in my opinion is worth way more anyway.
It's funny, bro.
So Sana, give me your social too. Okay, you want the 100 too? Fuck it, take the 100. Okay, fine. You get both. We're being generous today. Bear market vibes. We're being generous.
Okay, so that was that number you did for your giveaway. So you're giving them something. So now I'll do my giveaway. Is that what you're trying to say, Samuel?
I thought you're just going to use that number for both.
So that guy wins everything.
No. That you've looked for someone in your chat now, who got that number. Mate, there's already fake accounts. What the fuck?
Oh, dude, what have we done here?
You can't fake this though, because I screenshotted the name instantly. So sorry, guys. The real Benjamin Oaks has been identified. The real Benjamin Oaks has stood up.
I think I think Benjamin Oaks should just win everything. Let's give it all to him.
His lucky day. Let me shoot you a DM.
Thanks.
Mate.
You win $200, 100 from me, 100 from Sammy, and you win MDX algo and Sammy's shit as well.
Right, Benjamin Oaks, you need to follow me on Twitter because I can't DM you yet, and also I think he's French. But anyway, we'll give him a pass. Love you, bro.
Oh, he can't win if he's French. Nah, I retract my investment into Fuck that shit.
Fuck me. I saw a comment earlier on in the stream. He was like, I think you'd get more views if you guys use better language. I was just thinking, I don't want to say anything at the time. Like, fuck off this channel. Like, you don't know the drill here.
Hours, man. Like, if you want to sit here for 2.5 hours and talk BS, then fuck off.
Pretty much. We're not filtered here. Oh, Benjamin Oaks is from Chicago. Okay.
Yeah, no, the swearing thing is just like a thing you do in England from time to time, because I think English people are generally smart enough to understand that it is just a word, and it really isn't the end of the world if you say that word, So
I did the wrong Benjamin Oaks. I've got the real one now, but you also don't follow me, so you need to follow me so I can DM you.
If you go to America and you say you are a shit cunt, they'll be really upset. If you go to England or Australia and say you're a fucking shit cunt, they'll say, "Good morning, man. How you kids?"
Exactly. We need to be. We need.
I don't swear that much, but I do swear quite a lot. If I have like a nice glass of red wine and a cigar, I might swear a bit more, but that's about it. Or a brandy or a whiskey or something. Anyway, you've got the guy. We still got 550 people watching this right now. It's pretty insane.
Yeah, I think we should. Hey, bro. How are we sending in the money? Bitcoin, USDT.
Just ask him what he wants. Doesn't make a difference.
Yeah, fair enough. We got the real Benjamin Oaks right here, lads and ladettes. Where are we at? So this is happening right now.
Good old Benjamin.
I'm the first person. I'm gonna follow.
I know that name, Benjamin Oaks, for some reason. I know that name, Benjamin Oaks. There was an Oaks back in the day on my channel.
Oh, you recognize it from YouTube?
Yeah, I recognize it from YouTube. This is when I used to have a guy called, I know he's called Sunny Oaks, and he always used to give me like $100. Like, mate, there was at one point where I was doing live streams where people would send me $100 for a question. I was be like, all right, so I was doing, I think in my peak on every stream, I was doing like $400 or $500 in super chats. It was insane.
Whoa, mate, yeah. I'm up 7 dirham today, so we're swimming in cash.
I have no idea what my YouTube revenue is. I half the time I don't even know what's going on with my YouTube shit. I got 90k subscribers today though, which is good. Yesterday,
congrats! Congrats!
Yeah,
guys, go subscribe to Max. We're on the road to 100k for him.
Oh mate, I'm on 90,200, so I think I might have got a few more in this stream.
Brilliant. Let me see what I've gained.
Did yours jump at all?
Let's give it a check. Yeah, a little bit. Only 40, but I mean, it's okay.
Still good.
Yeah.
40 is quite good actually. I'm trying to look. I think mine was okay when we started the stream. I had about. Oh, I know exactly. Actually, I had 90,020. So sorry, 90,120. So I've gained 80 or 90 on this. Okay,
that's cool.
You have a bit slightly bigger channel than me, so that kind of makes sense.
Yeah. No, but still super good. We got a lot of. Where's the jacket? Let me bring it back, mate. Let me go find my jacket.
Join the new legends in the community, but it's been a pretty it feels like a bit of a journey tonight, legends. Sometimes I've actually streamed before for like, well, if you take out the stream which I fell asleep in for 12 hours, like take that stream out, the longest stream I've been awake for was probably 7-8 hours, and then I did one which was like,
I love that benchmark.
Yeah, then I did a stream which was about fucking 17 hours, but I was passed out for half of it on the sofa. Yeah, looking like a G, man. Looking like a G, dude. I love the way you walk around in that jacket in Dubai. Like, it's actually, I don't know how you manage it, man. Like,
well, when you have this much fucking style, mate, like temperature doesn't affect you, honestly. when the confidence levels are this high, and you started off this fucking low, it's cool, man.
No, that is you're literally just in you're in your actual own jacket of jacuzzi. if you're walking around and you're unfazed with 70 or 40 degrees heat, 70 Fahrenheit, and you're wearing that, fuck me, dude. You have an internal jacuzzi going on that it's just bubbling away all the water and the fucking sweat.
Oh yeah.
He's wearing the massive fur jacket right now.
What's going on, Pete?
Yeah, Pete said, if you look cool, you stay cool.
Whoa,
Good motto.
Tej
Good
Veer.
motto there, Pete. Good motto.
$99 tip. Dude, thank you so much. Awesome streak today. Been a long time follower. Dude just tipped $99.
Oh, that's
Thanks,
amazing, dude. That's insane.
I don't actually do the YouTube stuff for money though. I kind of want to donate that. I mean, you just helped me break even on the giveaway at least. Thank you, bro.
Yeah, you got the 100 back, brother. That's amazing.
Sana, drop me your social as well. Sana's like, what about me? Oh, I got it. Sweet girl SR. The reason I like Sana is because this is the name of somebody that I like. She's somebody special to me.
So I'm just trying to sort.
So she gets special treatment, and she follows.
Yeah.
me.
So
Brilliant.
you have a new girlfriend, right?
Yeah, I guess. No. Yeah. It's not something to talk about on YouTube though.
Oh, come on, mate. I want to hear all the dirty details.
It's lover boy season, mate. It's lover boy season.
Yeah, good man. Yeah, same for me. I'm with Daria. Back with Daria. Love being with Daria. She's an angel.
It's new, it's fresh, it's fun. But yeah, I don't, I'm 21, mate. Got the whole world. So yeah.
Yeah, man.
But I'm not going to say more than that. And I, as a rule, don't talk about my personal life online because girls that see me get stalked. People that know me get stalked. It's fucking creepy. So
yeah, we actually had that. We had that situation with Pete the other day. We don't know if it was linked to me, but there are a lot of shadow people out there, weird accounts sending messages. I got it on my Instagram all the time. Obviously, it's just mainly dudes.
Yeah, I thought I was going on a date, but I was getting catfished.
Pete actually got catfished the other day, like legitimately. Oh, it's
it happens, mate. It happens. I remember the first time I got catfished, I was fucking shocked, mate. Like I didn't know what to do. It was really awkward.
Yeah, it's weird, mate. Like, I also don't get the motive of it. It freaks me out. Like, what are you doing, you weird?
It is creepy.
Going, like, what the fuck are you doing, man? Like, what's in it for you? It actually makes me feel like they're trying to murder me or some shit. Like, I'm like, dude. And you know exactly when it's a shadow banned account, shadow banned, like some sort of like pseudo account. It's when you know that the pictures on it are like always like completely different like images from different places. It's just like, nah. You know the girl ones you get where it's all like completely different images, different girls.
Like a sponsored girl, right?
Yeah. I get loads.
By the way, dude, by the way, 𝗙𝗢𝗥𝗙𝗟𝗓, thanks again for that $99. If you have like a certain question or something that you want us to talk about, I'd love to take it. You guys are loving the OG jacket, the bear jacket for bear market. Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Delicious.
But yeah, guys, thanks for smashing up those likes. 1,000 likes between us two is brilliant in a bear market. Make sure you are subscribed if you haven't done so already. You already know the deal. You already know the deal. We're rocking the jacket now. Oh, you live in the UAE as well. Wow. I'm doxing her. I should stop talking about this. Sorry.
Anyway, legends, I think I might eat my dinner. It's been an absolutely gorgeous stream. We've done a mega stream tonight. 2.5 hours, pretty good.
That's good.
And lots of hilarious, good things to talk about in this clip, in this video. And it's good to meet your community and my community. Always happy to see you, dude. It's always great to have you on and do this.
100%, man. 100%. All right, mate. Sick. Well, it's been a good stream. Thank you all for tuning in. I'll head off as well. You know what to do. Likes,
hit the like button,
the bell, Bybit link. Get your $4,000 more than that for free. Check out Max. Check out my channel.
See you on the flippers, legend. You're looking fresh, man. Legend.
Fuck yeah.
Bye-bye, guys.